Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness, for he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know my name is the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon thee.
Only a Carpathian would come back to life now and choose New York. Pasty thick. Bonehead.
We were every bit the force. We live, we breathe, we sweat, we paid the price to be the best. Never been about the boys in the office. The boys that have gone out there night in, night out, doing everything they could to be the very best at what they chose to do in their life. Those boys are here tonight.
I must have been away too long because my feelings are dead. I feel no remorse.
I only am who I am because I was born that way. I have a gift, and I am trying to not be selfish about it, but to use it.
My job consists of basically masking my contempt for the assholes in charge. And at least once a day, retiring to the men's room so I can jerk off while I fantasize about a life that doesn't so closely resemble hell.
It's my house, and if you don't like it, get the fuck out.
Grab a dog, I choke him, and I kick the shit out of him. And I all day long, I put up a dog's ass. Just bang, bang, bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
Go back to bed, America. Your government has figured out how it all transpired. Go back to bed, America. Your government is in control again. Here you go, America. You are free to do as we tell you. You are free to do as we tell you. You are free to do as we tell you.
Sometimes shit happens, someone has to deal with it, and who are you gonna call?
Oh, you guys like to tell jokes and giggle and kid around, huh? Giggling like a bunch of young boys in the school. Well, let me tell a joke.
And boom goes the dynamite.
Unfulfilled, graduated on skill. Ron and Fez show. I'm Ron, there's Fez.
Hiya, buddies.
Just about wintered out, Fezzy. Coming in here, I have a job where I can walk to work. A little too cold today.
Yeah, I think I've done a complete heel turn on winter, where I used to love winter.
Yeah.
Because all through the summer, I would just sweat through layers of clothes.
Yeah.
And now I'm like, I can't take this anymore. I'm becoming a summer person.
The thing about weather is that you always wish it was something that it wasn't. No matter what is happening, you're either saying, we need this rain, or I hope it stops raining. I wish it was colder. I wish it was hotter. You're never happy.
I used to never turn the heat on during winter. Never needed it. I was comfortable just being icy in my apartment. Now I turn it on, I crank it, and I lay across it on top.
Like a cat. You're just laying on your heater in a little sunbeam trying to warm up a little bit.
I could crawl into the oven, I get so cold.
Now, did you hear about this snow in Colorado where it came down chocolate brown?
No, I hadn't heard about that one.
Chocolate brown snow, or as Earl would call it, snow. And it was just freaking everybody out. But what they found out is there was like some kind of dust storm in the desert. It got picked up, taken up high, and then that mixed with the moisture, and it came down chocolate brown snow.
See, it's all connected.
Yeah.
All connected, this entire planet. Nothing can happen in one place that it doesn't hit somewhere else eventually.
Now you sound like Al Gore, my friend. Now you're whining like Al Gore.
It's probably Chernobyl rain.
And I would just be there in the chocolate snow going, this happens. This is something that happens. Here is Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, boys.
Welcome, Matt.
I just wanted to thank Black Earl for the replacements. They are the best.
They are the best when they're not drinking. But anytime I've ever seen the replacements...
No, you're wrong. Hey, they were the best when they were drinking, I think.
Yeah, that's what it is for people who acted like they didn't care about the music. But every time I'd be going, I'm like telling my friends, hey, these guys are fucking great. And then, they're falling down and pushing each other.
That's true.
And it's just an embarrassment. All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. I got to tell you, Fezzy, I woke up today listening to O&A with Kevin Smith, and I fucking had a ball.
Yeah, that was a great show.
I was like a fan, just sitting there. And you know what? This was like movie radio. Unlike, like sports radio. This was just like sports radio for movies. And it wasn't like Extra or one of those stupid shows that is just so damn annoying. This was like if Mike and the Mad Dog knew anything at all about movies and sat around and talked about it.
And I believe they're still trying to get him out of the building.
Yeah, I just had to say to him, that's enough, Kev. I did get the opportunity to meet him, but what I said is my name was Sheepy from ronfez.net, and that was my little joke.
Just trying to give the guy his coat.
Yeah.
Nothing's working. He wants to stick around.
Remember when you did Clerks? Remember? It's awesome. Tony, you're on Ron and Fez.
Guys, I can't see how you could ever get tired or want something different for the weather if you live down in Florida like you guys did in the past.
It's a fucking nightmare in the summer.
Come on.
It's like living in a sweat gland during the summer.
It's hideous.
The summers there, though, are much better than the winters up here, even though this is a mild winter. Come on, man.
I'm going to tell you the truth. There's something about seasons changing that is good for the soul. When you're down there and you don't know whether it's fucking Christmas or 4th of July, it's always like great the first year or the second year even. But after a while, you, Fez, you didn't even know about changes of seasons.
Oh, I never saw that. We had two when I was growing up in Florida. Green and brown.
Yeah.
Green for 2 weeks, then everything got fried under the Florida sun, and the whole world was a weird shade of beige.
And I don't even know. Here's the thing that kills you about Florida. There will be a weatherman on TV. And you're like, who couldn't do this job? It's going to be hot as hell. Then it's going to rain at 3 o'clock. Back to you, Bob. That's it for us. Hot as hell. Rain at 3. Really hard till 3:45.
Florida Weather School has to be the easiest to get a diploma from.
Yeah. And I don't know why anybody has a tea time at 3 in the summer. It's just going to rain hard.
And the heat's unbearable, and I grew up in one of those houses where Father would not turn on the air conditioning. To save our lives, he would not turn on the air conditioning.
And I really do think that's why Southern people will talk slower, because it's so fucking hot. You're just like, hey, how you doing? My mouth is exhausted and hot.
We're used to the sweat running in our mouths. Trying to spit it back out.
Shut up. I can't even talk anymore. Let's just sit here quietly. And then generations of that, and it becomes a Southern accent. Because I think everybody went there talking normal at first.
Oh, yeah. Then just wore down by the heat.
Yeah.
That's all it takes. I used to wake up every day with my sheets wet, and never in a good way.
Well, that's because you pissed yourself. Your body finally says, I need to cool off, and you'll piss yourself.
I pissed myself in order to try to stay cooler.
Now, here's what I like about this winter up north, because I think I have that, I need some color in the air. I don't know I think it's called SAD. I don't even know what it means.
Oh, yeah.
It's like seasonal something depression. But the lack of light will get to me over the course of a winter. But this year, freezing cold day today, but blue skies. It's bearable. But I've been around up north in the winter. By the time February comes around, everybody looks gray, and you just want a gun in your mouth.
The thing about the icy cold air, like today, I think it's like 25 degrees so far in New York City.
Is it that even high? I thought it was lower.
And that coolness will just make the sky even bluer. If you can get a sunny, cool day like you were talking about.
Yeah.
It just highlights the sky.
Well, you know what it is? Just a reflection of the ocean. That's all the blue sky is.
That's it?
Yeah. These things happen. This is something that happens.
That's why some clouds look like whales.
All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ, Ron and Fez show back on. Now, we are going to handle Fez with kid gloves. He lost somebody over the weekend that he cares deeply about. Barney Fife has passed away, and not an easy thing for you.
No, Don Knotts, just my absolute TV idol. I did not have a more favorite person on television than Mr. Don Knotts.
Did you know that he was sick, or was this an old thing, or what happened with him?
I knew last year when he didn't go to his hometown, Morgantown, in West Virginia for Barney Fife Days.
How would you even know of such a thing? I had no idea where he was from, or if there was something called Barney Fife Days.
Yeah, they always have an annual Don Knotts celebration there, their favorite son, and he didn't show up at that last year, and I got nervous then, thinking he had been sick, but then Chicken Little just came out, and he's a voice in that, so I thought, all right, maybe he's on the rebound here.
I don't know, so he was kind of doing some cartoon work?
Yeah, he was doing a lot of that. He was Turkey Lurkey in Chicken Little.
So at least he went out on top as Turkey Lurkey.
Oh, yeah.
You're not gonna beat the fact you get the role of Turkey Lurkey. You get up out of your deathbed to do it. Now, when he was on there, Barney, people don't know this. The show was all built around Andy, you know, and Andy was a comedian. Andy was like going to be the funny guy, but Don Knotts was so fucking great in that role that they just went, all right, let's give him the jokes, and Andy, you're Barney Miller. Even though Barney Miller hasn't been invented yet, you understand when I'm telling you, you're the Barney Miller of the show.
Yeah, he totally knew the way to go with that.
Yeah.
To just play straight man.
So he was on the show for 5 years, every year an Emmy?
Every year an Emmy. Don Knotts, 5 straight Emmys.
Yeah.
And never lost anytime he was nominated.
Anytime he walked in the room was over.
If he was up for it, he got it. Now, 2 of those was after he left the show and came back and did special guest Barney episodes.
Just to walk on that fucking everybody went crazy for.
Exactly, and still picked up the Emmy. I don't know what supporting actors were out there in the 1960s, but no one came close to Don Knotts.
Well, you had to have some good one. That was like the whole Murray and Morley Amsterdam, people like that. There had to be good people on a lot of those shows. But what do you think? Best sidekick of all time?
Best sidekick, best TV character of all time, too.
Would you say better than Kramer?
Yes.
All right, let me check for Earl this.
Much better than Kramer.
Because Earl, Barney Fife or Kramer?
Barney Fife, hands down.
You're a big Barney Fife guy, too?
I mean, the second he walked onto the screen, you started cracking up because of those big bug eyes. You knew something goofy was going to happen.
Did you ever see Mr. Limpet?
Yeah.
Fucking great movie. Just a cartoon fish. What a wacky-ass movie. I love that thing.
Love that thing, and then they would start putting it on TV fairly regular.
Yeah.
And it would be very cool to get to step and watch Don Knotts in color in Mr. Limpet.
Yeah, I never saw it at the movie theaters, but I've seen it on TV a million times. All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. I'm trying to think of like a sidekick, somebody like a TV character that I would put above him. I'm still trying to struggle with this, Fez, because I want to pull away some of your... Well, all right, let me give you a tough one here. You go over and go to Bewitched and your other hero.
Oh, my Paul Lynde.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who would you pick over?
I got to take Don Knotts.
Over Paul Lynde.
Even over Paul Lynde, my other childhood idol.
Yeah. 866 Ron Zero Fez. 866 Ron Zero Fez. Looks like Eastside Dave has one. Dave, who's a better character, a better sidekick than Don Knotts? Somebody from TV.
Cliff Clavin.
Cliff Clavin, not a bad one, Fez.
Sidekick to Norm Peterson.
Yeah,
thank you.
Who was also a sidekick, but I don't know. What would you say, Fez?
No, I still got to put Barney Fife above Cliff Clavin.
I'm thinking maybe Kramer is the only guy that could beat him. Hi, you're on the Ron and Fez show. Who's this? Hey.
Hello?
Yes, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Hey, guys. Blowhard.
Hey, how are you, Blowhard?
Good morning. Sorry for the loss. Isn't it a really horrible loss that we lose the great Don Knotts?
Blowhard, I'm trying to come up with this. Who would you say was a TV character that was
I got one.
Yeah.
Ed Norton.
Ed Norton. I got to agree there, Fezzy.
The greatest of all time.
Ed Norton is close, but Barney Fife, much better character.
Ed Norton is the best. The Honeymooners is the best comedy show in TV history.
All right, very nice shot. Thanks, Blowhard. Whoa, man, Fezzy, that's a tough one.
Yeah, Ed Norton might be as close as you can get, but it's still no Barney Fife.
And they even spun him off into being Barney Rubble, which is, that's high praise indeed.
Yeah, but they took the character, Barney's name, from Barney Fife.
Oh, now you're nitpicking.
Because they knew who the better sidekick was.
Now you're trying not to fight. You're just trying to start a fight because you feel bad. It's like being an Irish wake, where everyone feels bad that your uncle died, so you punch your brother. I've been there a million times, Fez. Here is Bill. Bill, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I think Kit from Knight Rider is a better sidekick.
I'll tell you this, he got the job done better than Barney Fife, who only had one bullet. And Kit, on the other hand, could pull you out of a jam.
Barney Fife, 10 times funnier. It was funnier when Barney Fife didn't get the job done.
I got to agree with you. I never really laughed at Kit very much. Here's Tom. Tom, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you? Tom, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, I'm doing good. How you guys doing?
Good.
I'm a little down today.
I'm sad because I met Don Knotts. His nephew is named after him. His name is Don Knotts also.
All right, well, I just met Kevin Smith, so we each have something. So there you go.
Yeah,
so let's not act like you could come in here and start pushing me around. Although I told him my name was Sheepy. I have no idea why. I guess I was, just all caught up in the moment. Hey, Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Barney Fife was great, but what about Frank Burns on MASH?
Frank Burns on MASH, Fezzy, unfucking-believably funny. Always gave those guys a chance.
A pale comparison to Barney Fife, a pale shadow of Barney Fife, where the bumbling, egotistical guy.
Yeah.
The guy who's egotistical with no reason for it. He's still going to screw everything up.
But that was the thing. He was the guy you love to hate. Where Barney Fife, you never hated him, no matter what he did. He could have burnt that fucking town down, and he did. By the way, what was the episode where Andy went away and he locked up the entire town?
Oh, yeah, everybody was in jail, including Aunt Bee and Opie.
That might have been my favorite of all time. I can't take a fucking vacation without this shit going down. Tim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I got two, both guys from Taxi, Louis De Palma and Jim, both great sidekicks.
That was really a sidekick show. Just tons and tons of sidekicks.
Yeah, you could pick anyone you wanted, from Tony Danza to the one sidekick in the early season, I think it was Randall, that he was just like a regular guy, sidekick.
Yeah, he was the white guy. He didn't get over. He had nothing to do. And you never saw Randall again, did you?
No, never. Sidekick without a gimmick. It just doesn't work.
William, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, how about Jessica Simpson's ex?
Nick Lachey, who is now Drew Lachey's sidekick from The World's Greatest Dancer. By the way, there was a thing I saw in the paper today with Jessica Simpson, who said, "Do not believe that I'm a dumb blonde. That entire show we did was scripted." And I'm like, well, why isn't everybody mad at her like James Fry?
Yeah.
That you could come out and say this is a reality show for 3 years or whatever. You get popular off it. People tend to like you. And then you go, you know what? I just played all you fuckers. I'm really a Mensa candidate.
I think it's because people think she's lying now by saying she's smart.
Here's Scott. I'm smart. Not like they say, but smart. How you doing, Scott?
How you doing, guys? I got Larry, Daryl, and Daryl from Newhart.
Oh, you can't beat them, Fuzzy.
They were basically just the Darling family from the Andy Griffith Show.
Loved them.
It's all coming from the original here.
All right, Andy Griffith is your favorite TV show ever?
Yeah.
By the way, Fez cannot be stumped in Andy Griffith trivia. I don't know why you still watch that show constantly, right?
Oh, yeah, I'm watching it every night. So it's like last night when I just started throwing in Andy Griffith DVDs, it was like no different night for me.
Yeah.
Because I'm still watching Andy Griffith whenever it comes on TV Land.
Oh, as you started mourning, you threw in your DVDs and just sat there crying?
Oh, yeah, I started my own Barney marathon.
Yeah.
By the way, Tuesday night at 8 o'clock, tomorrow night at 8 o'clock, TV Land.
Yeah.
Barney Fife Marathon on TV Land. TiVo alert.
Call me and remind me so I can throw a porn on? Thanks, I appreciate it.
Do not watch porn during the tribute.
Why? I think that's what Barney would have wanted. From what I understand, he loved the chicks. Did he ever take a bride?
3 of them.
Really?
Yeah.
Then I saw something else I couldn't believe. They said he was a war hero.
Yeah.
A decorated war hero.
Yeah, apparently he was in the service.
So he got a bullet there.
Yeah.
Here's Joe. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Hey, pretty good.
Did Earl say that my headphones are on the air?
I didn't hear.
You ready?
I just said on the air.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
How about the guy that caught the most shit of all sidekicks? And that'd be Tonto from the Lone Ranger.
Tonto, Fezzy. I don't,
Nah.
loyal
no one could
fucker.
have done that.
Give him this. He was loyal as shit. Now, was Tonto allowed to go into a bar? They would not let Indians into bars.
No, never.
See, one thing I never understood is any of these racist things where it costs you money. I understand where you're like, oh, I'm racist. I don't want somebody to marry my daughter, live next door to me. But if somebody shows up with money, I wouldn't care. I'd take their fucking money.
Back then, racism was more important to people than money.
See, that's where we've changed here. We're still racist, but we will take your money.
Now we've got our priorities set.
Yeah. Hey, Brian. Brian, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, Brian.
Hey, guys. Hey, my favorite psychic of all time has to be Dan Fielding on Night Court. John Larry.
All right, first of all, it's not your favorite psychic. That would only have to be Gary Spivey.
That's mine.
He's your favorite psychic of all time. Dan Fielding, Night Court was also a show filled with sidekicks.
Oh, yeah. You had Bull. You had the female bailiffs that just kept dying off.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Dan Fielding, who also picked up a lot of Emmy Awards for doing that show.
I'm going to tell you right now, I still think I got to go with Kramer because, and it may be only because Seinfeld is on 14 times a day now, but I've seen some of these episodes 5 times, still crack up at a Kramer entrance. Still makes me laugh. Here is Cockroach on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Cockroach.
Hey, I've got 2 of them, actually. I've got George Jefferson, and I've got Sergeant Schultz from Hogan's Heroes.
Schultz on Hogan's Heroes. I forgot all about him.
Schultzy was good.
You know what he knew?
What?
Nothing.
Oh.
He knew nothing.
I still can't put him above Barney Fife.
Yeah. Now, would you be saying this if the guy didn't die the other day?
Oh, totally. Yeah, I'd always be saying this.
Yeah.
Always been a lifetime Barney Fife Don Knotts fan.
What about when he left and he was Mr. Furley? You didn't feel a little embarrassed?
I loved Mr. Furley almost as much as Barney Fife.
For me, Mr. Furley is like when you were watching Pete Rose and he was 44, and he would only occasionally come out and take it in a bat.
I thought when Mr. Furley joined Three's Company, that's when it finally hit its stride. That's when it started getting good.
Keith, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what about the skipper Gilligan? You know, they always sidekicked each other all the time.
That's an interesting thing because you would think, the role on the show is Gilligan was Skipper's sidekick, yet it was Gilligan's show. So the sidekick had the show, but if you really looked at it, he followed the skipper around, did whatever the skipper wanted.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's odd. That would be like it being the Barney Rubble show.
Now, my sidekick is Earl, and your sidekick is Eastside Dave.
Yeah, I got the good one.
Yeah. Do you think? By good one, you mean white power?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Just good.
Yeah.
Just better.
Yeah.
What did he say?
I don't know. I just want to put up I just want to put a sign on our door that says "No blacks, no dogs, no Irish," and keep all of them the fuck out.
That eliminates all the interns as well.
Yeah. Derek, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy? What do you say, Derek?
I'm going Grady, Sanford and Son.
Sanford and Son, Grady.
Earl, any thoughts on that?
Earl, which that is what, like, Earl is like my Grady, and I'm always telling him, why don't you skip shaving for a couple days, and we'll gray it down for you.
Earl, that would be a great look for you.
Yeah.
Had little gals on the side.
Now, Grady was one slow-moving motherfucker, but he always had a scam working at the same time.
And it would just take him forever to do anything. Let's watch some TV, Fred.
I got this handed to me, Fez. I'm going to play a little Andy Griffith Show trivia with you.
Okay.
No cheating, okay? You haven't seen this because your sidekick, Eastside Dave, brought this to me. What was the name of the diner cafe in Mayberry?
Oh, that was the Bluebird Diner.
The Bluebird Diner. Did you know that one, Earl?
No, I did not.
Me neither. What was the name of the deputy that replaced Barney?
That was Warren.
Very good. Played by
Jack Burns.
Right. And he was the...
Huh?
Know what I mean?
Huh?
The most annoying guy in history. Remember when he tried to sidekick to Barney? You're Barney. I've heard so much about you.
Yeah, that was very weird when they brought in Warren, because they were still using Don Knotts scripts and trying to get Jack Burns to be able to do these parts.
All right, here's a tough one for you. What was the name of Mayberry's telephone operator?
Sarah.
Yeah. And what was odd about her character?
Well, we never saw her.
Very good. All right, you're pretty good. All right, what was the last name of Floyd the barber?
Floyd Lawson.
This is really stupid. I did not know one of these, and you know every one. Now, here's what I'm thinking. Instead of knowing this, if you knew something about Socrates or something, you know what I mean? People would think of you as smart. They'd be like, you know what's cool about Fez? Knows everything about the Civil War. And then people would think that you were interesting.
I can't help what goes inside me.
Yes, you can. You can help if it's a dick. I know you can.
I meant knowledge.
Oh, okay. All right, a lot of the rest of this is just what Andy Griffith, when he left and went on and did other things. Who played Sam Jones?
Oh, that was the great Ken Barry.
Yeah.
Mikey D's buddy.
Yeah.
Then we're heading into that Mayberry RFD.
Yeah, which was really Jefferson Starship. Basically, that was the Jefferson Starship of TV shows. Who played Ernest T. Bass?
Oh, that was Howard Morris, who directed a lot of the episodes, too.
I had no idea that he directed episodes.
Oh, yeah.
You said it.
Yep.
Here is Kevin. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Kevin.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Yeah.
Hey, how about Uncle Fester from the Addams Family?
As a sidekick?
Yeah, to good old Gomez Addams.
Yeah. He was good, Fezzy.
He was good, but, you know, I wouldn't have put him above any of the names we've mentioned today, especially Don Knotts.
He didn't get any 5 Emmys.
No way, with a light bulb in his mouth.
You know what, to me, one of the all-time great characters, too, was Jethro Bodine. I don't even know if I laugh at the rest of the show, but Jethro Bodine slays me.
Yeah, that's another one of those characters that has that quality of, I can do anything, all the confidence in the world,
right,
and nothing to back it up with whatsoever.
Yeah, he was kind of an early Kramer, like an early stupid Kramer.
It's so honky-tonk, man.
Very funny. Mark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, how about the odd couple, Jack Klugman, or I think that was who it was, being the sidekick to Tony Randall, serious part and the comedian part.
But here's the thing. I would have said that Felix was the sidekick. He's living at Oscar's house, and who's running the show? Who is the one who makes things happen? Oscar.
It's Oscar calling the shots, and it's Felix doing stuff for Oscar the entire show.
Yeah, I'm sure you'd have to say comedy team more than sidekick, but if you had to, if the Nazis came, put a gun to your head, I'd have to say Felix was the sidekick.
Yeah.
Although when you watch the opening, who's the first person you see? Felix. Him moving starts the whole show.
Yeah, and it's Tony Randall gets the top billing there.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure he was a bigger star, right?
Yeah, he had to be going into that.
What did he do first?
I'm trying to think. I think there was another TV show he was on before where he was like a finicky neighbor or something.
Yeah, he could only play finicky. He couldn't do anything besides the finicky gimmick.
He always did those movies like with Rock Hudson and...
Yes,
right.
Yeah,
That's
he was
what
the
it was.
sidekick to Rock Hudson.
And he did, I think it was a successful Rock Hunter with Marilyn Monroe. One of those movies. He did a Marilyn Monroe.
So he was around for a while. And the only thing I ever saw Oscar in was Goodbye Columbus, where he played the dad. You eat like a bird. Look at him. He eats like a bird.
He was one of the guys in 12 Angry Men, too.
Oh, was he?
One of the jurors.
So he's been around a while.
Yeah.
JW, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what about Boner from Growing Pains?
All right, we're trying to have a serious conversation here.
You're basically talking about a kid's show.
Yeah. So I see that the phones are just leaking in. Does that mean that they work, or we get the occasional?
They blew out, and then they're starting to trickle back in.
So you get
slowly.
one every once in a while, but overall...
And now
they're still blown out.
I just told they were blown out again.
Well, do not bother Mr. Wiki Wicklum with this.
Yeah, that's Eastside's baby now.
No, he doesn't need to know. He doesn't need to know.
In fact, I would like to keep it hush-hush.
Hush-hush. And top secret. This is all hush-hush.
So that he never finds out that the phones didn't work.
Just email him, hush-hush, keep it down now, voices carry. And then just put Amy Mann.
Voices carry unless they're trying to call in this show.
No, we don't want any troubles. No troubles at all. Just Ron and Fez enjoying life. Just consider this show a rowboat that with no oars that's on a stream. Wherever the stream goes, that's where the rowboat goes. We don't give a fuck.
Where are the oars?
No oars.
We gotta have oars.
Neither one of us feels like rowing. We're the type of guys, we just want to follow along in the stream. Like a twig on the shoulders of a mighty river, Fez. That's you and me.
I think I hear the falls.
Yeah. Maybe a little Amy Mann, I'll let him know what's happening there. Or Till Tuesday, as they were known then.
It would serve him right if we stopped and played Amy Mann every time the phones blew out and gave them time to reload again. All right, we're now stopping to play Amy Mann until we can get it going again.
And then you'll know that the phones are blown up.
That way no one will have to mention it. You just know when you get your fill of voices carry what's happened.
Now, here's what also we want you guys to do as you're listening to the show. Only some of you call. If you really feel like calling, you have to say to yourself, is this something everyone would want to do?
Or if you could all get together the night before and come up with some sort of organized order of who's going to call in and when.
What I'll do is say the phones are open for people A to C. A to C. 866-766-0339.
Is there anyone out there that works at a phone company that could help us with this?
Yeah, somebody should know what kind of trunk that we need, and maybe we'll go out and get it ourselves. We'll put it on Earl's credit card, and I'm sure you'll get reimbursed.
Huh?
What could it cost, Earl? $300-400? Go down to Sharper Image. I'm sure they got something there.
Because, I mean, you could look at any radio station in a trailer across the country, and they've got phones that work, so how expensive could the good trunk be?
That's true. Those religious shows have phones. You never hear them going, well, our phone's blown up. We're only on once a month, but our phones blew up. Hey, Gumby, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Fezzy, I feel so bad for you.
I feel awful.
Oh, I know, so do I. But, hey, did you know this little-known fact? That the theme show from Andy Griffith was actually
the theme song
done by Don Knotts.
He wrote the song?
No, he whistled during the Andy Griffith show, the intro.
You know what? One time, I forget what show I was watching, they did all the words to this.
Oh, yeah, going down to the fishing hole.
Let's go to the fishing hole and bring along your fishing pole. Then we'll jack each other like a broke-back gay.
See, that's why you never heard the words, usually.
Is your attraction to that, is that what you want life to be? Just small-town living where everybody knew each other? And
I love that, where you didn't need a car, where you could be walking outside your house, and in 2 seconds, you're at the department store, or you're at the Bluebird Diner, or whatever.
Right.
You know, you could just go anywhere in that town.
See, that is the way that the whole country was kind of set up at one time, that you had cities where people walked around, and then you had small towns with a main street. You know what I mean? So even if the town was only 5-6 blocks, one of the blocks would just be stores and stuff to do.
Yeah, it was everything. It would just look so convenient and nice and comforting.
But now, is there anywhere to live in the suburbs where you can act like, no, I only use the car to go back and forth to work? It's impossible.
No. You got to get in it for any little thing. There's no corner drugstore to go to. Like if you just happen to need Band-Aids immediately, you're getting in the car and you're driving somewhere.
Yeah, there always used to be a place called Doc's, and that's where the druggists would be. Hey, Richard, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron and Fez.
Yeah.
My sidekick was so important that even after he died, they had to go back and bring him back to life. And that's Spock.
Spock, Fezzy, very important sidekick, no doubt about it, and probably on the same time.
Yeah, probably right about then. Spock, good. No Barney Fife, that's for sure.
Not funny.
No, not at all. Not in the least. Opposite of humor.
Well, one thing I like about him, though, he wasn't a self-laugher. I will always give him credit. You'll never see him do a line and then tries to laugh over top of it like it was great. Here's John. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, you're right. Don Knotts was number one. Kramer was not number two, though. It was definitely Ted Knight on Mary Tyler Moore.
Well, I might even take Ted Knight over Barney Fife.
Wow, I think that's... I agree with him where that's closer than Kramer. Ted Baxter.
The Ted Baxter School of Broadcasting, I saw eating a hit acid one day, and I never fucking laughed so hard in my life.
That was Mary Richards, Dean of Girls.
Now, when I think of it, it might have been the acid, but I was just fucking crying. Here is Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Rod. This one I can always think about is McHale's Navy with Ernest Borgnine.
Well, he was McHale, so he wasn't the sidekick.
Yeah.
But his sidekick, fucking great.
Tim Conway.
Yeah. Who was great friends with Barney Fife, and, I mean, in real life, of course, Don Knotts, and then they went out and did all those stupid movies together for a while.
The Apple Dumpling Gang movies. And then they also did one, The Detectives. I think it was just called The Detectives, where they were inside a haunted house, basically Sherlock Holmes and Watson.
I didn't know that. Now, I did know the Mr. Chicken, the ghost of Mr. Chicken that Don Knotts did. Was that the name of it?
Right.
Which I thought was fucking great when I was a kid.
And The Reluctant Astronaut, where his mean father, made him enroll in the space program.
Just fucked up things happened to him. No matter what he did, he wasn't running the show.
And then there was that very weird one where he was the love god. That was the name of the movie.
I don't remember that.
It was basically, he was supposed to be, he found himself, like always, as a Hugh Hefner type.
Right.
And had to start portraying this image for his magazine.
Not even the slightest to me. I'm completely lost.
I remember, didn't he do a Scooby-Doo episode one time, too, Don Knotts?
Yeah, as Barney Fife.
Yeah, that's a cartoon, Earl. I just so you know. Because don't start acting like Scooby-Doo is the all-time best.
No, I mean, but that was
Scrappy-Doo.
No, but that was like my introduction to Don Knotts. I was like sitting there going, who's the scared guy with the big eyes?
All right, by the way, here is a jump the shark moment for you. So I turned on the Today Show real quick because Donald Trump's popping on. Still ripping Martha Stewart. But with him are the people that are going to be filling in for George and the Blonde this year. His daughter, Ivanka, and his son, Donald Trump Jr., or Trumpy too, and they were calling themselves Trumpy. He calls them Trumpy, like in Scooby-Doo with Scrappy-Doo.
How absolutely embarrassing and annoying.
It's Trumpy too.
Now, this was one of the things he was busting on Martha Stewart about, for having her boy daughter, Alexa, on there.
I kind of think she's hot. I think the boy daughter's kind of hot. Is that a Brokeback thing that I just did? Although I found Ivanka, I think her name is kind of hot. My problem in the morning is they all seem kind of hot to me. I'm not really a tough sell.
You're not wide awake yet is the problem.
No.
Wait till prime time tonight when The Apprentice returns.
With Trumpy? And then your other favorite show's on tonight, Fez. Try to guess which bag has money in it.
Deal No Deal comes back tonight for a week-long run.
Or as it's also known, the easiest game show in history.
It's called No Skills, hosted by Howie Mandel.
And everyone can feel smart going, I'd stop now. Since there's 6 ones for a nickel and one for $2.50, I'd stop now. Here's Ziggy. Ziggy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies, how you doing today?
Good, buddy.
Got the.
So the phones are working again?
Phones are up and going.
So that had us out for a full 20 minutes today, right?
Yes.
Hush, hush. Keep it down now. Hey, Ziggy, what's happening, buddy?
Hey, guys. Most badass sidekick ever, Bruce Lee, Green Lantern.
You gotta love Bruce Lee. Kato is the Green Lantern.
Yeah, Green Hornet.
Oh, yeah, Green Hornet.
Bruce Lee, good. I mean, he had all the moves. I don't want to offend Master Poe or anything. Barney Fife's still a much better sidekick.
You honestly think that Barney Fife could beat Kato in a fight? Because you're out of your mind.
I will take the Barney Fife judo episode over any Bruce Lee episode ever.
Here's Tammy. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hi, guys.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what about Gomer when he was on...
That's very
Andy
true.
Griffith?
He was fucking strong on that show.
He was strong on that show, but wouldn't have been nearly as funny without Barney getting agitated at him.
But look at this. When Goober came in, I never laughed once at him.
Oh, God, that was bad.
So your real window of the ones that you love, Andy Griffith, are only like 2-3 years.
Yeah, because when it hits color, I bail. I am out. Goober is bad, and Goober, as it went on in the color episodes, like with Warren the Deputy,
right?
Goober got less and less funny. I mean, it was his lines were basically like they were written for a 3-year-old.
Well, I never once laughed at him.
And don't get me into Howard Sprague.
Oh, you weren't a Howard Sprague fan?
No.
Nice gay man. It was a very gay show when you think about it. A Southern gay show.
A lot of single white males in their 40s living in Mayberry.
What about Floyd the Barber? No time for him either?
Floyd the Barber, the best.
Thank you.
Floyd the Barber, huge. But then when he finally got too sick to do the show, and he gets replaced by Emmett, the Fix-It guy, and somehow that show stayed in the top 10, even with all those annoying changes. It still stayed top 10.
Yeah, it was a gigantic show for a long time. Just, I guess all the Southern, Middle America people just loved it.
Yeah, no matter how bad it got screwed up, people still kept watching it.
Uh-oh, Fez.
Oh, wait a minute.
You know what that means?
Voices aren't carrying to the phone lines.
So that means the phone's out again?
Yep.
Which only means, Earl, people want to talk about this topic.
And I really wanted to get pressed on some Andy Griffith trivia, too.
And Earl, you got to do this. You got to get the phones fixed, or get us a Kevin Smith to spend the show with, so that I could hit him for the fucking 3-pointer.
We'll work on both, sir.
No, you're not going to get either. That's the beauty of it.
After hearing that assignment, Earl, I think what'll end up happening is you'll break Kevin Smith's phone.
Here's Bunny. Bunny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Morning, buddies.
Hey, buddy.
Greatest black sidekick ever, Hawk. From Spencer Fire, always getting Bob Urich out of trouble.
All right, now, if you're talking black sidekick, I'd have to probably go Grady. But any of the pimp sidekicks from the 70s, the Starsky and Hutch guy, the Beretta guy, who they all run together for me, so I don't know who was who. Huggy Bear and...
I think Huggy Bear was with Starsky and Hutch.
And who was the other guy? Some kind of sugar something? Do you know, Earl?
Man, it's right off the top of my head. I could see his face, too, because I remember that one episode where there was like a teenage hooker or whatever, and he just said, that teeny bopper, that stuff ain't me, man. That stuff ain't me.
Yeah. You always had to act like his were victimless crimes. We could never really picture in our mind that being a hooker was always like a good thing, because they didn't really focus too much on the hookers. And when they did, they were attractive and everything was cool about them.
Yeah, they would actually help the cops.
Now, here's one for you, Fez. What about Fonzie? Kind of a sidekick.
Right? Yeah. Not as good as Barney Fife. I don't think he gets anywhere close.
Even though Ralph and Potsy were the real sidekicks.
They were traditional sidekicks.
Right. But, Fonzie, it never was... Well, I guess it kind of became a show after a while.
When Richie left for Greenland.
Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what exactly happens when the phones blow out?
I'll tell you, Radio Shark, it's really a matter of this. The trunk line gets so overextended that all the lines go out, right? Earl, is that how you would say it?
Something to that nature, yes.
I mean, what is it exactly? Let's find somebody who knows the phone business and can tell us what we have to buy, because it can't be fixed. What it is we don't have the right equipment.
Or you could open up a separate trunk line just for this channel.
So it's something that you have to buy?
Pretty much, yeah.
Are they expensive? Is that why we're not doing it now?
I have no idea. I don't know anything about phone lines and how.
Well, why not? After 100 shows of this happening, you would think that you'd say to yourself, I'm the producer. I'm going to figure out how this is done.
If this was Tennessee Tuxedo, we would actually go over to Dr. Whoopi's office and find out all about phone lines.
What you need is a Dr. Whoopi in your life. Or at least Whoopi Goldberg. I know you got her on speed dial. Earl, I was watching something on PBS the other night, and I was thinking about you because they were trying to trace black people's history. But for whatever reason, they were just taking famous people and figured out how they managed to survive and make it through the Civil War and then the bad times after and the 50s and 60s. And these people, it was like Oprah and, you know, on and on, people like that, being told, here's what it is, your great-grandfather did this, and he had to move over to here. And I would love to see this with Earl's show, because he was saying his people are Tar Heels.
Yeah, just to see how Big Earl's family survived in North Carolina.
When did they come to New York? Do you know, Earl?
My parents came here in 1958.
Oh, the big movement, huh?
Yeah, that was part of that whole wave of the move to the Great North.
So Harriet Tubman didn't get him in.
So as much as a New Yorker that you think you are, just from one lucky break. That's it, Earl.
Yeah, I'm only one generation removed from being a Southerner.
Fucking down state somewhere with a goddamn fishing string wrapped around your big toe, sitting next to some goofy thing, waiting for some woman to put a pie in her fucking window so you could grab it and run away. How come in cartoons black people were always grabbing pies out of the windowsills?
It was the easiest food to steal.
Oh, wait, I got that confused with bears. My mistake. Earl, my mistake. I'm going to give myself this.
White people are so scared of black people.
I thought that was black people, was bears. Although, to me, Yogi never was a white guy. Always seemed like a black guy.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah.
The guy from Beretta, his character was Rooster.
Rooster!
There you go.
Yeah. Never as famous as Huggy Bear, but really, Fezzy, he was needed for that show.
Oh, you needed the street informer. You had to get the word off the streets, and the only way to get that was from a stylishly dressed black man.
Seems like it's all coming down this weekend. They say there's a shooter in town. He would always say something about a murderer.
Right, yeah. Like there's some sort of schedule of events for the inner city.
Yeah, that they have some kind of internet, the message board, that we don't know about.
And why didn't these informants ever get wasted? I mean, they are diming out everybody. They're giving information to the cops.
If I'm a drug dealer, I got to swing by and go, Huggy Bear, if I see you talking to the cops again, you'll be shot. Seems like they're moving some pet pills through town. Why is everybody else's crime bad and yours isn't? Yours are fine.
You'd think they would open their mouth once to the cops, and that would be it, about the pet pills.
Yeah. No Italian out there knows how to fucking shut these people up. Hey, Jack. Jack, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Hey, Jack.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Best cartoon sidekick, Stimpy of Ren and Stimpy. He even sounds like Fez.
You know, if you're going to get into cartoons, you got Barney, you got fucking Boo Boo, and then everybody else is just a copy off of that.
Yeah, like Top Cat's buddy.
Yeah.
Little buddy. Who's that, Bernie, I think?
He had a bunch of sidekicks, though.
Yeah.
I don't know who that little blue one was that you're thinking of. There.
Yeah, the little blue one actually looked like Barney Rubble got turned into a cat.
And whined all the time. I don't know why so many of these guys wanted a whine sidekick. When you have a sidekick, he should be able to get shit done for you. Not sit there and complain to you how he's hungry.
Well, my favorite is the complainer, Morocco Mole. But I think that's just because of the outfit.
Did you ever go outside even once in your life?
No, I went outside one time, and I was missing my Batman rerun, and the Mean Kids held me down outside till they knew it was over, because I was trying to get inside to watch my rerun TV shows.
These Mean Kids, and they weren't holding you down. That was called football, Fez. You were playing a game, and you didn't even know about it.
Didn't feel like a game.
Brad, you're on Ron and Fez.
They were smearing me.
Yeah.
How about Estelle Getty from the Golden Girls?
You know, I got to tell you this. I never got into the Golden Girls at all.
I always liked the Golden Girls, but nowhere close to Barney Fife. Gee whiz. Eons away.
All right, good theme song. Who is this, Andrew Gold?
I think he wrote it, yes.
Yeah.
All right, wasn't he the lonely boy?
Yeah.
Then why is he thanking someone for being his friend?
I think he wrote this on spec. No Golden Girl has died yet, have they?
No, we still have all 4.
We got fucking dead Reservoir Dogs, but the Golden Girls live on forever. We got 3 dead Reservoir Dogs now.
Three's Company is just about wiped out.
Yeah, that's true.
We lost Don Knotts over the weekend, John Ritter's gone, and the Ropers.
Both Ropers.
Yep. You got the girls and Larry. That is it.
Larry, what a fucking mess of a sidekick. I don't know. I think, like, if you were a superhero, would you want a sidekick?
No, never.
You want to be able to do it yourself, your own way.
Exactly. And a sidekick is there for one reason. To get in trouble and to add to your problems with a supervillain.
Yeah. So do you ever find yourself fantasizing about being a superhero? Some kind of a superhero that you yourself could be?
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
I always do.
I wonder how that would go. Fez is a superhero. I wonder how that would go.
Well, I always know that I have, like, a secret identity. And I'm very excited because I'm going to save the day.
Earl, thank you.
Great workout today, Ted.
You too, Bob. Your pecs are getting amazing.
Huh? Hey, I forgot to ask, are you and your wife coming to the club dance this Friday?
I'll be there, but sadly the little woman is, in Europe. Yes, my wife is in Europe.
Still?
Yes, she's in Europe, and I miss her and all the hot hetero sex. But don't worry, I'll be coming to the dance stag, Bob.
Well, that's too bad. If you reconsider, you can always...
My gaydar sense is tingling. Seems like there's trouble in that corner store. This is a job for Gay Man!
It's Gay Man. More powerful than a constitutional ban on same-sex marriage. Stronger than Barbra Streisand's fan base. And able to leap over Cuban pool boys in a single bound. Gay Man fights a never-ending battle against crime, injustice, and social taboos. It's the adventures of Gay Man.
Put the money in the bag, old man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just don't do anything crazy.
Just put the money in that bag. That's the way to do it. Nice and easy, see? Nice and easy.
Yes, sir. Please, don't shoot.
Yeah, that's right. Put the money in that bag. And hands on the wall. Don't turn around or I'll blow your fucking head off.
Say, boys, mind if I play too?
What the fuck? Who's this weirdo in the pink suit?
I'm your worst nightmare, Studley.
Is that a picture of a cock on your chest?
Maybe. You've been a bad, bad boy. Maybe you need a spanking.
Stop leering at me. You give me the creeps.
Why don't you two just take your broke-back games out of my store? This is freaky.
Don't worry, Pops. This is between me and Fabio.
What? What are you doing with that?
Try this on for size.
Oh, God. Stop dick slapping me, you sick bastard.
Like that? Huh? Like it? 'Cause I sure do.
Yeah, I can tell. Stop. Just stop.
Hey, why stop now? Let's not leave the balls to feel like orphans. How about some of that? Some teabag action.
You sick son of a bitch. I'm not even armed. I didn't even have a gun. All I did was have my finger in my pocket.
Oh, just a finger, huh? Well, how'd you like a finger in there?
Oh, my ass, my ass.
I'm leaving this Key West party.
No, old man, don't go. Call 911. He's ruining my prostate.
Now it's time to finish you. And finish me, too. Tee-hee.
Oh, my God.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, that's it. That is it. Uncle Julio likes it rough. Yeah.
I give.
Oh, no, my friend. You take. Gay Man give.
Oh, the horror.
Yeah.
The horror of male rape.
Oh, yeah.
The worst day of my life.
Not a good day for me either.
Looks like another crime thwarted thanks to Gay Man. I take it this money is yours, sir?
I ain't touching that. It's covered in cum.
You know, I could really use a smoky smoke. Do you sell Virginia Slims?
Coming soon on Gay Man.
So, Mr. Bank Robber, mind if I make a deposit?
Oh, my ass! My ass!
Ron and Fez, XM 202.
Ron and Fez show. Look, as we play this music, for some reason there's Happy Hamas on TV dancing up and down. It looks like it's St. Patrick's Day in Palestine.
Hamas with the same colors, the same patties. Green. A lot of green everywhere.
I guess there's still riots going on over those cartoons in Pakistan.
Yeah, I think they're up to, 25, 30 dead now? Because someone drew Muhammad with a bomb on his head.
You know, that's why I'm afraid to have those guys take over the ports. Every time they see a South Park they don't like, they start sinking boats. They're way too sensitive.
45-day hold on the port deal now. They're acting like this was Dubai Ports that initiated this. Well, we'll tell you what. We're Dubai Ports, and we want to make sure Congress is comfortable with this. You review us for 45 days.
Yeah.
You like what you see? We'll come in, we'll take over the ports. So this is the White House kind of backing off on it here. President Bush saying the deal's still going to go through, but now we got to wait 45 days to see.
45. Well, I think it's going to happen now. I really do. Because I see Bill Frist has already turned around on it. You know what? Just after being screamed at, I don't think it's a bad idea.
I don't think it's going to happen. Yeah. I don't see it going down whatsoever. And then, like the cartoons, that'll be seen as the West taking a slap at Muslims again. And more riots and more dead.
Yeah. Everything we do now is trying to not to make people riot. That's our main fucking goal. Don't have people rioting.
They should just call that area Short Fuse.
Well, Drew Lachey did win last night on Dancing with the Stars. I know you're not a big fan, Fez, but the unbelievable news is Jerry Rice came in second.
That is amazing. Heavy-footed Jerry Rice. Light on the field, heavy on the dance floor.
It's got to just show that a lot of guys are watching that stupid show. And they all turned around and voted for their boyhood idol, Jerry Rice. And the girl from wrestling, I forget her name.
Stacy Keibler.
She finished third, which basically they started throwing trash. People were so angry, trash starts flying down.
And that probably means, with Stacy Keibler, she was supposed to be, I think, the odds-on favorite to win the whole thing.
41-inch legs, Fez. That's what they said constantly on that show.
Just amazing. Maybe this will set up a rematch like they did before. Stacy Keibler versus Drew Lachey, who, by the way, 4-inch legs.
No, they can't do that because there's somebody in between them. Jerry Rice. Doing the cha-cha-cha and picking up the silver. I thought he was barely better than Master P or the man I called Black Frankenstein, which I couldn't even get to catch on anywhere.
It was amazing that Jerry Rice was able to stick on that long.
No. All right, Fezzy, going over some of this other stuff that's happening now. Kate Moss, remember, she got busted for cocaine 6 months ago. They now say she's making twice as much money as before the bust.
That's all she needed there, I guess, was a little cocaine in the news, and now she's taking off like gangbusters all over again.
Were we supposed to be surprised that models do cocaine? They don't eat, and they sit around and snort coke out of a fucking garden hose. That's what we expect out of our models. Just the same way of like we're supposed to be shocked Kid Rock got blowjobs on the road. That's the whole reason why you get into certain jobs.
That was all she had to eat was a little cocaine. That was it.
Fez, the only mistake you made was little.
Oh.
I saw the size of these fucking bow ties she was fucking snorting.
See, people don't care. These things don't do damage anymore. Paris Hilton has skyrocketed in things she's gotten to do since her sex tape came out.
Since she sucked some green cock, everybody likes her even more.
Yeah, she got movie roles, she got that TV show. That was all taken off after the video.
Well, what are you going to do? You know, these kids, they become models. They love the cocaine. They're all lit up again.
All bad news is good news.
I got to get a hold of Flathead.
Down.
Just a quick call to him.
Maybe the outgoing phones will blow up.
I bet the fucker would pick it up on one ring. Yeah!
You know he would.
This was such a chopping song. That line is so stupid because it was just so blunt. I love the cocaine. You can't even come up with a metaphor, some kind of a turn of a phrase. Hey, Ryan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Hey,
on the Dancing with the Stars, going back to that, first of all, if Nick Lachey was in a football contest, it's not fair because Jerry Rice would beat him because he's already a dancer anyway.
Yeah, Nick Lachey is a fucking dancer. There's no doubt about it. The guy danced on Broadway. This is the song he danced to.
Jerry Rice has to be gay. I want to know what you guys thought about it. I'm watching the show. He has to be gay.
He's got like 17 kids and a little wife.
I know, but
So he's got some gay wiggle room there.
You know, the guy's got, what, 3 fucking Super Bowl rings?
Yeah.
I can't disparage him. Now, Dan Marino, yes, gay. Definitely gay.
Or else he'd have some rings.
The only time he didn't choke was on a cock. That's the only time he refused to choke.
They never bring that up on the sports shows.
What, who's gay?
Yeah, like the HBO football show.
Well, didn't one of those shows, they came out, they'll come out with a guy who hated his whole life. And there was like some Hawaiian guy who was like, yeah, I had to, it was all broke back. Like he had to act like, oh, my girlfriend's upstate. And he's just drinking. And they always said Matuz was gay.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, John Matuzak.
And I'm trying to think who else they had it with. But you really do have to stay on the fucking down low if you're going to be showering with other guys.
Yeah, that's got to be hard to do.
Especially those fucking knuckle draggers in the NFL. Those idiots.
You'll always hear in those gay stories, you'll hear a story about like the team got her an escort, a beard set up for one of the players or whatever.
Is that right? Does they do that?
Yeah.
So the owners actually know about it?
I think it's not so much the owners, but it's like the agent working with the team. Like the agent knows.
I had no idea. I know that used to happen in old Hollywood.
Right.
Where they were acting like, well, we're worried Rock Hudson knocked up a stewardess, just to try to pull any of the information around.
You want those really bad rumors out there. Like it would have helped Rock Hudson if there was a story that he raped a girl. That would have helped us.
Hey, Neil, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I miss Billy Staples.
Yeah, I know you do, Radio Shark. I know you do. Here is Craig. Craig, you're on Ron and Fez.
I'm trying to help you with the phone, smart Alex.
How the fuck can he be on two at the same time? What the hell is going on over there? We are going to have to get Staples back in here. That isn't a fucking impossibility.
A lot of head scratching in the other room.
Yeah. I'll tell you, the honeymoon is over. The honeymoon is over for me. Now, my guy, Earl, on the fucking ball today, Fezzy.
You think?
Yeah. Didn't you hear the way he set up the gay man a bit where he left us fucking hanging? There's dead air, and then there's fucking genocide air. And that's where you left us, Earl. It was like walking through the killing fields, and there's dead Cambodians all over.
Was that the mild mechanical failure?
What? There used to be radio pride of, I run a tight board.
Oh, yeah.
There's no dead air. There's no dead air at all. And now you turn on the radio, there's dead air everywhere.
I would kill myself. I'm going to absolutely hate myself for the rest of the day because I hate dead air. I pride myself on what I do.
Well, you got to be kidding me.
You have pride.
Yes, I do.
Pride in the name of what? Love?
Yes.
Bono is suddenly fucking worried about the dead air.
You take pride in the job you do.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
It's just that he says it so seriously.
Do you care about your work then, Earl?
Yes, I do. And I get very upset.
Seriously, on a scale of 1 to 10.
Earl, stop it.
How much pride do you have in working here?
10.
1 to 10. A 10. He's at a 10 right now.
You're double digits.
I love the XM.
All right, now my day's been made. I was feeling bad about Don Knotts. I'm going to go home and call my family and say, Earl said he takes pride in his work. And just crack up again.
All right, here's one for you, Fez. This is they've done the 1 billionth download song. The 1 billionth download song has happened. 1 billion are in. And guess what the song was? It's just a little bit of trivia for you.
Okay, I would say it's that Kanye West Gold Digger.
Nice one. Nice try. No. Earl, do you know this one at all?
I would probably say Gwen Stefani.
Nice try. But they said it was the 1 billionth song downloaded, and every song downloaded by the same band, Coldplay, Speed of Sound. So since they started downloading songs, the only group that has been downloaded has been Coldplay.
Wow.
That's how popular Coldplay is now.
That doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah. There are
1 billion Coldplay downloads?
They're just radio stations called Coldplay now. That's how important this band turned out to be. No one knew it. You know why, Fez?
Why?
They don't upset anybody. You could be in the car with your kid and your mom and even grandma, and everybody's happy. It's Coldplay.
Oh, everybody's at the house downloading.
Now, the new scene, the new Beatles, is now being called, are you aware of this, Fez? The Arctic Monkeys?
No, I have no idea about these Arctic Monkeys.
Earl, have you heard the Arctic Monkeys at all?
I've heard of the name, but never.
That's how he was feeling this morning, walking in here.
Oh, yes, I did.
When the family moved north.
White people are so scared of black people.
By the way, that's the 1 billionth time.
White people are so scared of black people.
Now, Arctic Monkeys, they come out, they're all 19 and 20 years old. Big thing in England. They win the new band of the year and band of the year at the same time of their, whatever their English Grammys are.
Okay, so no one's stopping the Arctic Monkeys here.
And, like, if they try to go out to the car, the kids are out there, and they're pushing it over, and they're just screaming and going crazy. Eastside, are you on the Arctic Monkeys bandwagon? I know you try to jump into the new groups.
Not really. I don't care for him. I heard him a little bit. Straightforward to me.
Yeah. I went over and checked out the I had him on the AOL, just to see there's already 3 videos. And I can say they didn't grab me, but again, I'm not a 19-year-old girl. Maybe that's where you have to be an Arctic Monkey lover.
I'd like to jump on a bandwagon before it's already left this time.
Well, you got plenty of room now since Barney Fife is dead. You need something new to obsess on. You and your brother crying and holding each other all weekend.
That's a big hole to fill.
Tell what your brother did when he found out Barney Fife was dead.
My little brother Travis immediately went online and started buying Don Knotts movie DVDs, Goes to Mr. Chicken, Mr. Limpet, all of these, and screamed at me, I had to do this now before the price starts going up. It's really going to increase the price.
Right. He's like one of those stockbrokers who's constantly, when he hears bad news, he tries to buy or sell right away.
I should have kept the message he left on my answering machine, because I didn't hear about it till Saturday evening when I got back from Comic-Con, and he was on my answer machine and was so official with the announcement. I just thought you might like to know that CNN is reporting that actor Don Knotts has died at age 81. And then I got to click, and it's not like, hey, bad news, they said Don Knotts passed away. It was like Walter Cronkite when he took off the glasses and looked back up at the clock. 1:15 Central Time, President Kennedy passed away in Dallas.
His plane went down over the Sea of Japan. There were no survivors.
Put on a mask, Radar. So, yeah, I got a very official announcement when I heard about Don Knotts passing away.
Well, there you go, Fezzy. All right, so anyway, if you want to get on this bandwagon, Fez, and I guess the album's just coming out in America, it's all Arctic Monkeys all the time. Is this them?
Yes.
I like any song with shiatsu in it.
I doubt she does receipts. It's all not quite legitimate. And what a scummy man. Just give him half a chance, I bet he'll rob you if he can see it in his eyes, yeah, that he's got a driving ban amongst some other offences. And I've seen him with girls of the night.
Roxanne, you better turn out the red lights. Those ballroom days are over.
Said he's a scumbag, don't you know?
Now it's starting to kick in.
Well, they're amazing players. I can't take that away from them. Amazing players.
As soon as they started kicking in with the instruments, they quit singing. It was like they could only do one thing at a time.
Well, why not?
Now, do they spell monkeys like the monkeys spelled it with 2 E's at the end?
There was some fucking poll over there And they did, best albums of all time. And this album showed up as 5th. Suddenly we forget about The Who, we forget about Pink Floyd, and it's all Arctic Monkeys.
I'm going to pick what I'm hearing right now.
I want to go out and meet the plane, since I didn't have the chance to do it with the Beatles or Duran Duran. I want to go out and be there as the plane comes into JFK, just screaming with the little girls. I don't know, it didn't work for me. What about you, Earl?
Yeah, it was okay. It reminds me a lot of The Police.
Why? Because I was singing Roxanne over it?
Well, I was going to say.
Oh, I thought that was part of it.
No.
That
I
was you?
Fucking with them, yes.
You're good.
Yeah, thanks. Well, Stink is my favorite. I'm not going to lie to you. Do you want to go out there? I know your idol was there when the Beatles came down, right?
Yes.
The professor was standing out there?
He was at at the time Idlewild Airport when they...
oh, is that right? Oh, yeah, of course. Kennedy was still alive. They're not going to start calling it Kennedy before he dies.
Why have they named this airport after me?
What do you know? Johnson called and said, might as well name this thing Kennedy. I've got a feeling.
I don't feel comfortable landing at that airport.
Scott Muni was out there when the Beatles landed, already old. He was already old and drunk. Yeah, look who it is. I'm sorry, Earl. I meant that in a nice way.
He was there when Wilbur and Orville landed.
Now, Earl, I just like to see Earl glare. No, he's young. He is. Don't get mad all the time, Earl. Listen, enjoy the Arctic Monkeys.
How old were you when you started working for Muni, Earl? 3 months?
Was 19.
He was holding Earl as he walked out, waiting for the plane to come in.
He was a midwife. He helped deliver Earl and then kept him and raised him as a producer.
Here's Len. Len, you're on Ron and Fez.
Are the White Stripes big over there? Because they would make just as big fuss as the Artist Mag. It sounds like the same thing.
Yeah, the White Stripes big in Europe, Earl.
Yeah, they're pretty much big all over.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I guess you could do a little White Stripes there. But you know what? It's kids, doing their fucking thing. I hate to say it because Earl's here, but at least it's not rap. I'm all in favor. The non-rap.
Second.
No, don't get me wrong. There's some rappers I like. I like the Beastie Boys. I like Fat Boy Slim. I like Vanilla Ice. I like Eminem.
They're all white.
Yeah.
Are they?
I never even noticed. I like House of Pain. Come on, give me a break here, Earl.
What about Third Base?
Love. White power. White power. Don't tell Earl, but we're trying to get a white power thing going.
Should be fairly easy.
Graham, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, good morning, boys.
And I like every golfer except for Tiger Woods. Yeah, Graham, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, that billionth download was strictly on Apple iTunes. The kid got like a $10,000 iTunes gift card. He got like 10 nanos.
They should have gave him $1 billion for. But how come everything on iTunes, every single song downloaded on iTunes, has been Coldplay? That is a fucking really big. Yet Fezzy doesn't hurt anybody's feeling band.
Oh yeah, I don't understand it. I guess they should just call it iCold or iPlay or something like that. Seems odd that all 1 billion are all Coldplay songs.
This is a group that you can put babies to sleep to. Shh. Everything's safe and nice. It's Coldplay. Dream about Coldplay.
Have any of these songs started ending up on commercials yet? Because this is the way it's going, by the sound of it.
I just go out and buy things when I hear it. If I hear this, I'll just go make a purchase. I'm not even waiting for it to be a commercial. Roxanne! It's everything from England now. It's the police. All right, what else is happening out there, Fezzy Lou?
Tyler Perry's Medea's Family Reunion, that was #1 at the box office, brings in over $30 million.
And this is something I just missed completely. I have no idea. Again, this is somebody else Oprah likes, so let's all go running out there. This is another thing she got behind.
Okay, made me wonder, because I'm going $30 million for this thing, and it's not even as good as Big Mama's House 2 or whatever. It's the guy does not look like a woman in a dress. He looks like a guy in a wig.
He is beloved in the community. Am I right about that, Earl?
I don't know why, but they love heat.
What is the fascination? Explain this to me, someone.
I think it's because it's all self-financed. He writes and produces the whole deal.
They just think he's a genius?
Yeah, and I'm looking at it, it looks like a dumb guy in drag movie.
I'd rather watch MTV's The Shop.
He's playing a sassy black woman. It's, we've seen this. A guy in drag playing black sassy.
But the kids haven't seen it, have they? Oh, I guess they have. There was the other movie, like a couple weeks ago, was a black guy in drag, right?
Yeah, Big
we
Mama.
love black guys in drag.
I don't know why. I mean, well, the funniest guy, black guy in drag, was always Flip Wilson.
Now you're just trying to steal from Fez. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ron Fez.
Hey, buddy.
Good to have you. How's it going?
Good.
Good. You were wondering if that Coldplay was on commercials yet. It was on Smallville.
Oh, yeah? Smallville?
The WB shows, they do a lot of that where it's like they'll take popular music, put it in the episode, and then at the end of the episode, they're like, tonight you heard songs by, and then they list everything that was included in that episode.
And then they don't have to pay for the tune? Is that it? They just force it in? They probably can get a little money.
Yeah, I think they also show you someplace where you can get it or whatever. Or at least the name of the CD.
Yes, you can get it at a record store. Hey, kids, if you don't know where to get songs, go to a record store. Hey, Wayne, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys.
Hey, buddy.
We lost Barney Fox and we lost Carl Kolchak this weekend, too. Darren McGavin passed away.
Yeah, but you know what? Here's the thing. Never die same day as a bigger star. That's a fucking huge mistake you can make.
Yeah, Darren McGavin actually gets the John Ritter Award for dying on the same day as someone more famous.
Who did John Ritter die?
Johnny Cash.
Oh, yeah.
Died the exact same day.
Murder-suicide?
I think suicide.
You know, that Johnny Cash movie's out on Blockbuster tomorrow. That's coming out. Good night and good luck, or whatever the hell it is. Goodbye, good night, good luck. All these things, Fez, you could have waited to Oscar week.
Yeah.
You didn't have to go out and stand in line.
So then just sit in my own home and enjoy him there. Usually, I don't think it happens that often, does it? Where, like, all the movies are already out on DVD?
None of these movies have gotten all the ones that are nominated for Oscars are not movies that normal people want to see. So even they said this is the first year that Brokeback didn't get the big push that everybody thought it was going to get.
Yeah, it probably ended up more successful than it was going to be.
Right.
But still, nothing compared to, like, you see some of these other movies that get nominated, Lord of the Rings, something like that.
You think people waited till Lord of the Rings was nominated before they went, I'm going to try out this little film, Lord of the Rings. I'm hearing an Oscar buzz on it. I'm going to give it a shot.
So the two I haven't seen out of the 5 nominated are Crash and Munich.
Crash is already out. I saw that on DVD.
So maybe I'll pick that up.
No.
Waste the night at home.
No, you'll cry. You'll cry when you find out what happens in that little community of L.A. Sometimes you got to figure yourself, Fezzy. Be nice to black people because later they might have to help you. Or sometimes a racist cop, even though he felt you up, might pull you out of a car that's going to blow up. So don't get so mad at him. That's all I'm saying.
I didn't know there were so many lessons to be learned.
You see, Fezzy, people used to walk around and see each other. But now in today's society, when we're in cars, the only way we can meet is to crash. We must crash into each other.
There's got to be a better way than crashing.
Shh, you're ruining the movie.
Oh.
Just say yes, that's really heavy.
Yeah, that's heavy, man.
Thanks. You didn't have to, man. I didn't ask you to be Cheech. Stop that angle right away. Olympics are over, and I never watched a moment. Fez, did you?
No, I tried. I was actually in Memphis with Elfish for the opening ceremonies, and tried to look at it then just to distract myself, and still couldn't get into it.
Wait a minute, I don't understand. It's the opening ceremonies were held in Memphis? I am so confused.
Tried to watch it on TV while I was in Memphis.
I see. And how did that go?
Couldn't get into it.
Yeah.
Just couldn't enjoy any of it.
I never watched a moment of it. But from what I understand, the predictions are in, right?
Oh, yeah.
Tonight on the Discovery Channel, it's a paranormal trip through time on the Discovery Olympic special, Ronaldo, the man who can see into the past.
Beware the Germans. Final Olympic medal count. Germany 29, the USA 24. No, wait. Make that 25 medals. Also, the Germans will invade Poland in 1939.
It's an uncanny futuristic look back at the Winter Olympic Games on Ronaldo, the man who can see into the past.
Watch for Apollo to win gold. The skater, not the fat movie reviewer on Ron and Fez.
Ronaldo's incredible insight into the past will reveal the Olympic winners and losers.
I see Bodie Miller on a mountain. It is a mountain of shit. He wears no medals.
Is it an amazing power we can't understand? Or is it just really paying attention to Olympic coverage? Find out on Ronaldo, the man who can see into the past.
Watch for the dumb klutz known as Shasta to fall twice. The clumsy oaf still gets the silver.
From events that have already occurred, watch Ronaldo make fantastic predictions.
All right, I know this might sound nuts, but a flying tomato will win the gold medal.
Ronaldo, the man who can see into the past. Olympic coverage from beyond.
Oh no, I see Michelle Kwan's groin. It has been pulled. Kwan's groin is pulled. I grow too weak. The portal to the past has been closed.
The Discovery Channel. Entertain your brain.
All right, that was rough.
A little bit.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the board over there today. I don't know what's happening with the board.
Technical difficulties.
Peter, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys, how's it going?
Good, buddy.
I was on the web this morning, and...
nice. Well, I'm on the internet, too, so let's not act like you got more money than me.
There's a picture on Drudge Report of Bodie Miller with this stripper-looking girl with 2 drinks in his hand, flipping off the camera at the Olympics the other night.
He's the bad boy of the Olympics.
I think that was a guy, though, cross-dresser. She kind of looked like a guy.
Yeah, well, what are you going to do? You're fucking overseas. You take what you can get.
It's nice when you can be the bad boy of something, but you really have to be good at that something to become the bad boy.
He says it doesn't matter. He's happy with the way everything turned out. Turned out the way he expected. He couldn't feel better, he said. Which I think makes you even a badder boy because... you know, you act like you don't care.
See, I think it was 5 events he was in, not even as much as a lousy bronze does he pick up. You're not the bad boy, you're just bad. You're just awful.
You're the same as him, Fez. You didn't win any Olympic medals. I say you're the bad boy of the Olympic team.
I could have taken his spot on the U.S. Olympic team.
Not hurt us.
And not affected the outcome whatsoever.
Maybe even you would have got lucky and picked up a bronze. You don't know. I mean, you're heading downhill. Something good could have happened.
Yeah, that Cohen girl, she falls on her ass twice. Here's a silver medal. You would think one fall onto the ice would make you automatically out of it.
I like the way they act like we should be upset that we didn't win more medals, that we finished second, that somehow we should think of ourselves as the Winter Olympic champions. I'm not all caught up in that, are you? I mean, it doesn't like if we end up losing this baseball thing, I'll say what's going wrong because that's our game. When we lost basketball last time, I'm like, that's fucking crazy. We got to do something. But we lose the Winter Olympics, I'm not that affected by it.
Yeah, there's countries that are snow and ice all year round. Norway, Sweden, Denmark. You know, those are the ones that you would think, all right, they live in snow, they have to get around through the luge and skiing, anything else. They should be dominating.
Right. I don't know if they get around by the luge, though.
Get my luge out. I got to get going.
I'm going for milk. Where's the luge? Where's the luge keys? Well, Earl, you had to be happy for his black gold medal, right?
Oh, no doubt.
That shut Brian Gumbel up.
Yeah, they're still giving him heat over that. Now they're saying he should be fired.
Who, Brian Gumbel?
Yeah, a la Jimmy the Greek. Because Jimmy the Greek basically said...
Who's they that's saying this?
No, there's a lot of calls where it's like, you know, there's a double standard, that when a black guy says it, he can get away with it, and when a white guy says it, he has to be fired. A lot of the columnists are saying that he should be fired from
Give
HBO.
It 24 more hours. No one will even remember that this Olympics recurred.
Well,
occurred.
Or recurred. It happened again. It's occurring again. Yeah, a good point there. It's not like you look back fondly on other Olympics. You know, it's not like Super Bowls where you can remember each Super Bowl.
Yeah, you have no idea.
No.
The 1980 Olympic hockey team. That is about the most people can remember from Winter Olympics.
All right, good point. There is something that just came out, and I forget what magazine it has. Eastside Dave has it, of the 50 most memorable moments in sports. And number one, Fezzi, all-time sports, the Olympic hockey game. Now, I don't know if I'm going to say all-time sports, if that's the most memorable. It's the most talked about and thrown up there. But remember, most people weren't even watching it at that time, and that's not exactly our game. All right, let me go through it. That's number one. No, let me see. Do you agree with that one, Fez, or no?
No, I don't think so.
Do you have a number one?
I would say Hank Aaron breaking Babe Ruth's record would be number one.
What about for you, Earl?
Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson just breaking into sports?
Breaking the color barrier would be right up there.
All right, number two was Cassius Clay beating Sonny Liston. Number three, Jackie Robinson. Earl was right there.
Nice,
4,
Earl.
Babe Ruth being sold from the Red Sox to the Yankees, which I have problems with both them because it didn't take place on the field.
It's not a singular event.
Right. Which is why I have problems even with you saying over the lifetime somebody hit the most amount of home runs. You know what I'm saying? Like your thing here could be broken within this year maybe, if not easily next year, if he decides to keep playing. And I don't think that's going to go up there as one of the all-time memorable ones. 5, and here's one I kind of agree with, even though it doesn't matter to modern people, but Jesse Owens going over and cleaning up on the Nazis.
Oh, that's huge.
Yeah, that's gigantic. It's cool. It was unexpected. Number 6, Bob Beamon, Fez, 68 Olympics, shattered the long jump record. Now, that one was crazy because he beat it by 2 feet, and it took like another 20-plus years for anybody even to come close. Now, I know he was in high altitude, right? But so were all the other motherfuckers. There's Mexicans down there every day. This guy out-jumped everybody by 2 feet.
Yeah, you think if you're breaking that record, maybe I've got it by a millimeter, maybe by a centimeter.
That's how it normally goes.
Not by 2 feet where it's just clear.
Yeah. Roger Bannister at number 7 broke the 4-minute mile. That's the one that they thought people couldn't do. That's a really interesting record because this happened. No one thought it could happen. Everybody was trying for it. After he broke the 4-minute mile, everybody starts to do it. Like there was a psychological thing for people that they just thought they couldn't, so it couldn't be done. Then as soon as one person did it and all the people went, oh, it can be done, everybody starts to fucking do it. Just like if one person figures out how to move a paperclip with his mind, we'll all do it the next fucking day. But right now, we don't believe that we can do it, so we're not even trying it all. All right, number 8, Joe Namath winning the Super Bowl, pushing the Jets. That one I love because that to me is like the difference between modern football and old-time football. Like if you look at Bart Starr, that looks like another generation. Joe Namath looks like today. It looks like he is the way football players look now. The year before, with Bart Starr, looks like you should be watching it on some grainy film.
The other thing with Namath was he had long hair, he wore white shoes,
right.
He wore fur coats when he wasn't playing.
He was kind of...
He was a character.
He and Cassius Clay were kind of the first hip-hop stars. They basically were the first guys to look like modern guys. All right, and of course that changed football forever. Then everybody like Tiger Woods, y'all, was number 9. Number 10 was Lou Gehrig crying, and I'm the luckiest man alive speech.
Oh, I wouldn't put a man getting sick as the greatest moment in sport.
Plus, somebody should have said to him, I know I hate to correct you here. You're not the luckiest man alive. You got fucking Lou Gehrig's disease. As a matter of fact, it seems like you're snake bit to me, my man.
There's a lot of people in this stadium that are going to be walking home, having nice long lives.
That's what I would fucking be. That would be my speech. Look at me! Look what I deal with!
A guy, in the stands could have found a 50-cent piece that day and still been luckier than Lou Gehrig.
All right, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. It's the Ron and Fez Show.
Ron Bennington, Fez Watley, the Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.
It's the Ron and Fez show. All right, Fezzy, you know how they say it comes in threes when famous people die. We had the first two yesterday over the weekend.
Don Knotts and Darren McGavin.
The third one has just come in. Dennis Weaver McLeod, dead from cancer.
Oh, man.
And then even to go back before that, Fez, and you could say that he was bigger than Barney Fife as a sidekick, Festus. Festus on Gunsmoke that ran for 21 years or something.
All right, yeah.
He was the first really big sidekick, cowboy sidekick on TV.
Yeah, so we lost Don, Darren, and now Dennis.
The 3 Ds.
Yeah, watch out if you're a Dudley boy or something.
Yeah, there you go.
And he was also the dad on Gentle Ben.
Was that right? He was a Gentle Ben dad?
Yeah.
So he had a really long career, 3 hit shows.
Yeah, he did all right for himself.
Yeah, well, till now.
Oh, yeah. Then comes a bad day.
Scumbag, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, buddy?
Hi, buddy.
Hey, we were talking about sports moments, greatest sports moments, and you can't forget about when the Hulk slammed Andre the Giant.
Well, we can't because Hogan never stops talking about it. Maybe if one day he doesn't bring it up, somebody else will.
And it's always the WrestleMania look-back moment.
Yeah. And then when I had to slam Andre, picked him up.
There's been 21 WrestleManias. I'm sure there's some other moments that happened.
Well, here's another one. When Hogan slammed Andre. You never bring that up.
That's the same one.
Yeah.
Just put a little differently.
Yeah, that one shocked the world, though. Because no one expected anyone to slam Andre.
Well, no one had beaten Andre, and no one had ever slammed him.
Was that right? He had never been beaten?
Yeah, he had never been beaten, but he had been slammed before. But they went with this whole angle that he had never been body slammed, that no one could do it.
Who slammed him?
Harley Race slammed him. So if Harley Race can slam you, you're really not that unslammable?
You got slammed by bad hips, so it's not that impressive.
DNR, this is a men's fashion magazine.
Mm-hmm.
They put out the 3 mainstream magazines that have the biggest gay readerships.
All right, I'll say Blue Balls. Oh, no, it's Blue Boy, not Blue Balls.
I like your idea better, but no.
All right, these are gay magazines, the biggest ones?
No, these are regular magazines that just have the biggest gay readerships. They put out the top 3.
Oh, I'm going to guess Italian Vogue.
You would think, but no.
Let me try to guess here. Vanity Fair?
Nope, not Vanity Fair.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell. Is it any of the Vogues?
No Vogues.
Earl, does David Beckham put out his own magazine? Maybe it's his.
Bend It, it's called.
Bend it. Bend it, shake it, let it drip on your chin.
No, it is not.
I don't know
soccer.
I don't know. I'm going to guess like maybe People?
Nope, not People either.
All right, just give it to me.
All right, the number 1 mainstream magazine for gay readership is GQ.
Really? Just because of nice men's fashions.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
And then that's followed by Entertainment Weekly.
Okay.
And in third place is TV Guide.
Wow. So gay people watch TV.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Fez, I have to be corrected here. Hey, Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, just letting you know that Dennis Weaver was Chester on Gunsmoke and Ken Curtis was Festus.
You're absolutely right. Chester replaced Festus, so that's for Ron and Fez correction. Hold on, we're going to send you a T-shirt. Now, this is, Fezzy, the T-shirt that we send out is a signed collectible, signed by myself, you, Earl, and also Eastside Dave. So that is a collectible.
All right, so you want to hang on to that, Mike? And congratulations, Dennis Weaver passing away really paid off for you today, Mike.
Right. Always stay close to that phone. All right, so let's get back to your point, Fezzy. What were the... had no idea this, though.
Yeah, the 3 mainstream magazines with the biggest gay readership is GQ, followed by Entertainment Weekly, just right behind GQ, and then in third place is TV Guide. With the percentage of their readers that are gay.
I had no idea that.
Now, NAMBLA Geographic.
I don't want people, I pick up a TV guy. I don't want people joking about it. Oh, look who's giving himself a TV guide.
Well, they thought it was TV Guide, G-U-Y.
Oh.
TV Guides. TV Guys, they thought it was. Now, you would think NAMBLA Geographic would actually have some heat with the gay readership.
That's true. You thought that they would have picked up something there. No, didn't happen.
No, that didn't happen. Gus Weekly. You would think that would be a magazine that has a huge amount of gay readership. And no, it's still not even in the top 3 with GQ and Entertainment Weekly and TV Guide.
So you took the Us Weekly, just out of the G there, guy's name?
Yeah, Gus.
Weekly.
Gus Weekly, just some weekly pictures of Gus.
What about Tiger Beat Off? Is that... I know that's for some of the younger gay guys. They love that.
Sure, some of the young readership, but still, the subscription should be there.
Yeah.
You would think.
Earl, what's your favorite magazine to read?
What about Cream? All over me.
Oh! Earl just did a rock joke and gay joke. Cream. Very nice.
Nice work, Earl.
866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Fez just brought this up, and we'll ease into it. We'll just ease into it a little bit, Fez, and see how that goes. But it does seem like there's some gay magazines out there people aren't even aware of.
Yeah, you would think that the gay readership would be up on some of these magazines.
Sure.
Magazines like Family Circle Jerk. You'd think it would be there.
Yeah. Here's Gary. Gary, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Gary.
Boys, how you doing?
Hey, buddy.
I would have sworn it would have been Gerbils Monthly.
All right, don't...
Comedy Pyramid.
Don't get us started. Don't you dare get us started.
Comedy Pyramid.
Here's Eric. Eric, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi, Eric.
Boys Life.
Just Boys Life, and leave it at that. Fez, it's Boys Life.
I kiss Boys Life.
Here's Rich. Rich, you're on Ron and Fez.
I miss Tightboard Earl.
Me too. Tightboard Earl was the best.
Yeah, it was good. Hey, what about Guns and Anal?
Guns and Anal, is that on there?
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
Didn't make the list. It should be there.
Yeah. Here is Al. Al, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I got a good one.
Yeah.
Meat Cigar Aficionado.
Meat Cigar Aficionado, Fez.
Didn't make the list.
Here's Seth. Seth, you're on Ron and Fez.
How about Stuff Magazine?
All right.
Comedy Pyramid.
Cut it out now. There's no... That's different. Here's Kevin. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what back at you, baby?
Hey, buddy.
I got that this magazine you always found in the doctor's office, Homos for Children.
Homos for Kids, Fezzy. Is that on there?
No, it didn't make it, but I think Guy Lights is.
Guy Lights.
Guy Lights magazine.
Which is just highlights, but you turned it around a little bit.
Made it a little more manly.
I see. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Gay magazines. Well, I guess they're really for anybody, Fez, but gay guys tend to pick them up a little more.
Yeah, that's where the readership's going to come from.
Sure.
Like Wood Housekeeping. Wood
Housekeeping instead of Good Housekeeping.
Right.
It's Wood Housekeeping. That's all about your hard-on. All about the hard-on. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Scott.
Hey, buddies.
Hey, buddy.
How about Boys Tight Ass Life?
Boys Tight Ass Life. That's not even trying. Basically, at this point, you're just not even trying. No. We
Phones
blew up
blow
the
up?
phones.
Yes. Phones
That
do.
quick. Phones
That
blow
quick.
up.
All right. Well, Fezzy, there you have it, though. Gay guys are picking up magazines. Thank God. You know, there's plenty of stuff from the read out there.
Sure. NAD magazine.
NAD magazine. I had no idea there even was such a thing.
Just a guy's balls on the cover putting a different movie parodies every week.
That's a lie. I know.
That's NAD magazine.
I know that's got to be a lie.
What about its rival, Crack in My Ass magazine?
What is that?
Mad Magazine's rival magazine.
Crack
in My Ass.
There you go. So just take your time, sell the gag, and Earl...
Comedy Pyramid.
You'd be in on it. You've got the right idea, but you want to take your time and sell it.
Earl was like he was trying to tell this joke in mixed company.
Take your thumb off line 6, because I see I got one on there. Thank you.
Crack up my ass. Don't let my mom hear it.
Don't whisper on the air to us. Here's Kendall. Kendall, you're on Ron and Fez.
As illustrated, Sports Illustrated?
I don't think it is. I think Sports Illustrated works.
Works for me. Everyone knows where you're going, buddy, so...
All right, the phones are blowing up again, Fuzzy. There's just nothing we can do about it. If there's a reason to call, you can't. That's the problem with the show right now.
I know. The phone company can't even call us to tell us what's wrong with these things. They can't get through. And this would have been cool with Esquire magazine.
So you, instead of Esquire, what you did was called Esquire.
Sure, because that would have a big gay readership. A lot more than Esquire would have.
You know, you would have been perfect. Remember those little stickers that we used to have when we were kids?
Oh, yeah. What were they? Wacky Packs.
Yeah, Wacky Packs. All your jokes are basically just Wacky Packs. That's what you do for a living.
Or Wacky Packages.
No, Wacky Packs. Why would it be packages? I'll have to ask Jenny Q. I know she still collects them.
Someone should have made fun of the Wacky Pack creations.
That would have been funny.
Just a crack on Wacky Pack.
Yeah, that would have worked out. Although probably so far inside that you would have had to be a Wacky Pack fan to get it.
Yeah, because they would have products like Red Tide, where it's the Tide box of detergent,
right?
But you see that it smells like dead fish, and there would be a housewife on the cover holding her nose with dead fish being wrung out of her clothes.
And for some reason in 3rd grade, that fucking stuff would crack you up and infuriate a teacher. I don't want to see any Wacky Packs around here. You will find yourself staying after school. So you had to trade them back and forth like you had crack.
Oh, but they would take anything away from you that was the least bit amount of fun.
Yeah. A yo-yo would be gone. A yo-yo was like them finding you with a machine gun.
Completely would have to snatch it. They would get to the point where they're taking pencils because you're pencil fighting.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we would pencil fight, too. Because that lead could somehow get into the bloodstream. And like a boy last year, you'll have a stroke. There was always some kid last year that horrible things happened to in the teacher's world.
Yeah, we would also get, pencil fighting, we would get told on for that it was wasting pencils. You're wasting good pencils there.
Yeah. All right, as they do, Fez, they're dripping back in. Hey, Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, how about my favorite, Better Homos and Gardens?
Better Homos and Gardens, and Fez has his roses in there this year, which he's pretty excited about.
Who doesn't want to be better?
Yeah, sure. Better Homos and Gardens. Is that read by a lot of gay readers, Fez?
Didn't make the top 3 there, but yeah, it's probably on the list at some point.
Yeah, well, it should be. Let's face it should be. Because it's a damn good one. We're still down, Earl?
We're still down, yes.
Yeah. Well, don't bother anybody with it. It's the last thing we want to do.
So when they go down, they're just staying down.
Yeah. There's nothing you can do about it now. Hey, I did want to thank Dr. Steve for a new box of Don Rigos that he sent me, cigars. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Dr. Steve.
That Dr. Steve is a class act.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the best. He's the only one who ever thinks to himself, does Ron have a nice cigar today? Maybe Ron could use a cigar. Earl, you never come in with a little present for me.
Well, actually, one is on its way.
From you?
Yes.
From what?
Is it phones? I hope it's phones.
No, it's not a phone, but you're a music lover, and we got the new Elvis Costello coming in.
Here's the problem. You've given me so much Elvis Costello that all I have now is Elvis Costello. If Elvis Costello ever came into my apartment, I would be embarrassed because I look like fucking Mark David Chapman following him around town. What possibly new does he have?
He has a new live album out.
What does he put out? 10 albums a year?
Like 2 or 3 a year.
No.
Average.
All right, here's some of these have been sent to us, Fez, so I'll try to read them off to you. Ron and Fez at AOL.com. Ron and Fez at AOL.com. Sperm Digest got sent our way.
Like that one.
Rod and Feel. Another gay magazine. It's Rod and Feel. The American Prostate. I don't even know what that's making fun of.
Me neither.
All right, here's one. It just says cock fancy.
Oh, as opposed to cat fancy?
Yeah.
It's a little bit of a stretch, but yeah, I can see it.
Yeah.
I think it works for me.
Cock fancy is due soon.
If you fancy cocks.
Yeah. Let's see another one. Nick, a load on him magazine. That's from Randy. Big ass 301. Nick, a load on him. You're really fucking gone far for that joke.
That's for the little guys.
All right, some of the phones are starting to come back in. Hi, you're on Ron and Fez. Hey. You're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, All Hands Magazine.
All Hands Magazine. All right, thank you. Here's Dan. Dan, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, man? I got Broke Backpacker Mountain Magazine.
Broke Backpacker Mountain.
Yeah.
It's a niche audience, but it works.
Well, people do love to go away on vacation.
What about Rolling Bone?
You seem like you actually know these magazines, Earl. I'm nervous that you're on the DL.
He's the Ben Fong Torres of these magazines.
He really is. I like people who just go, instead of giants, giant cock.
They want to participate,
Right.
but the cleverness of it really takes a toll.
All right, let's see if you like this one, Fez. It's sent to us. The Christopher Street Journal.
I like that.
I like it. Instead of Wall Street.
Yeah.
Christopher Street, known as a gay street. Grit Split. All right, let's see. Mikey Boy has sent one in here, too. Spurts Illustrated. Again, that's a little too much. Now, we're attempting...
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
With really broken phones again. And they're out again, Earl? We get like one or two through, and then they blow up again.
They blow out again, yes.
Hey, Toronto Tonto, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I got, instead of motocross action, I got enema action.
Not exactly a play on words, but, the fact that you're trying from Canada means a lot to us.
I'm glad he explained it. That was cool because, I couldn't have picked up the original on that one.
Well, you don't get the kind of wordplay between motocross and enema.
Where it could have just been easily enough home motocross.
Write that down. I'm going to write that down. We'll take a break here. Ron and Fez Show.
The Ron and Fez Show. XM 2.
Go. Let it bump, though.
Yeah, it's Ron and Fez Show. Earl, you're going to have to work a little bit on the rejoiners.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to get on some this afternoon.
Thanks. All right, Ron and Fez Show. We are dealing with phones going in and out. Fez, a lot of people called in for your...
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
You want to pick it up for here, or we lost everything?
I think we can pick it up.
Let's try to run through it fast, okay? Here's Matt. Matt, you're on Ron and Fez. What do you got for the pyramid?
How about Red Butt?
All right, it's gay magazines, Fezzy. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, you forgot Max Him.
Max Him, thank you very much. Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how's it going, buddies?
Good, buddy. What do you got?
How about Headbook magazine?
Thank you, Headbook magazine. Brad, what do you got for us?
Hey, I always seem picking up Vanity Fair.
All right, thank you. Here is Stem Cell. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hunting, no fishing.
Hunting.
ISH.
Thank you very much. Here is Will. Will, you're on Ron and Fez.
Phasmopolitan.
Phasmopolitan, and you're not going to beat that one. All right, thank you very much. Now, if we would have got everybody's things in, Fez, you...
Comedy Pyramid.
You build a comedy pyramid. This one's in rubble, but it's no fault of the listeners.
Right, yeah. We're all here. We're trying in the construction site, but for some reason, we keep getting shut down.
What are you going to do? Speaking of stem cells, did you watch last night the stem cell stuff on 60 Minutes?
No, I didn't see that.
Pretty interesting. The guy, they got this doctor, and he looked like a doctor from a magazine. It had to be the best-looking doctor ever. And you're like, this guy's no doctor. This is a soap opera. So he had rats that I guess they went and broke their spines or fucked up their spines. So he has paralyzed rats. He shoots some fucking stem cells into their assholes. And sure enough, he gets them walking again. He gets them moving around. And I'm going, well, this is bizarre. And, for some reason, I've got this Chuck Close thing. So I've been reading about Chuck Close, the painter, watching stuff about him. And it's tough for me because I have a problem with, I'm very nervous about ever being a quadriplegic. And he is, but I have to work through it. And there's got to be something in my head. And I'm like, man, maybe we really need this stem cell stuff going. Then I say, Fezzy would be on the stem cell stuff because it repairs hearts. If you've got any heart damage at all, you squirt some stem cells in there, your fucking heart comes back.
Oh, I'd much rather have that than them going in and putting a stent in there.
So I don't know whether it would be no stent or some stent, or it would go back and repair what you've already fucked up from your heart attack.
Yeah, whatever's scarred in there already, I could get that fixed.
So I don't know whether to believe them or not, but it looks like stem cells fix anything. It's a fucking tooth whitener, makes your dick longer. Whatever you need, stem cells will help you out.
Yeah, I don't understand why there isn't just full on-board research into stem cells.
Because they could be little babies, Fezzy. It's against Jesus. You know that. They're already pulling the abortion thing out somewhere. I think South Carolina. No, not Carolina. South Dakota.
Right.
One of those fucking states that split in half for no reason.
Just banning all abortion.
Yeah.
It's closed. South Dakota is now closed.
Yeah. So if you do that, you can't exactly be on the side of stem cells. It's one way or another.
But I just always thought that the things that they could help, the people that they would save, the lives they would save, that was also part of, this culture of life. That's a good thing on the other side of it.
You can't do it with a little stem cell, because that stem cell could grow into what they believe could be the return of Christ. And that's what they're always waiting for. The Catholics, the Baptists, you name it, they're as crazy as anybody who sees a cartoon and rise and goes nutty for it. By the way, Fat Tuesday is tomorrow, so Lent is the following day. So this is your first time, Fezzy. You've got no Lent this year. You've given up everything already.
Yeah, I have nothing to give up for Lent. I have done it all. Soda pop, ice cream, pizza. There is nothing that I have.
Normally on Fat Tuesday, you and I will split a box of donuts for good luck on the air. We can't even do that this year.
Yeah, just down in some Krispy Kremes. As many as possible before they cool off.
So are you just going to skip Lent? You should just scream into the sky. I've given up enough.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Yeah. I'll just scream at the sky every day.
Yeah. Here comes our little Catholic boy, Eastside Dave. Dave, do you give up stuff for Lent?
Yeah, I usually give up, either, booze or chocolate or something like that.
Something difficult, yeah.
Giving up both of those already.
One time I remember being a little kid, and I'd given up candy, and then I fucking forgot about it. I'm at recess. Someone gives me a piece of candy. I pop it in my mouth. As I'm chewing it, I hit the what the fuck. At that age, you're like, you can get big trouble for fucking up your Lent. You don't go, oh shit, I fucked up. So it was like I suddenly had a severed finger. I just started spitting. I had a severed finger in my mouth. It was so frightening for me. You're a big prayer guy, though, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. I do lots of prayers. I owe, Hail Marys, Our Fathers all the time.
But you'll be into a constant thing of that. See, Fez, you don't do that. Your religion doesn't have the repetition of prayer, right?
Right, yeah. We don't have those things like saying Hail Marys or Our Fathers.
We do have Catholics, well, Our Father, because you have to do so many. So it's Our Father,
I can do it real fast. Yeah.
Let's see you do it.
Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee. Blessed art thou among women, and blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners now and the hour of death. Amen. Boom.
And how many of those will you do, though?
Usually I have to do 50 Hail Marys and 50 Our Fathers if I want something big.
All right, so you figure.
Wait a minute.
If I want like a home run in Little League, I've done that. Like, God, if you give me if you let me hit this home run, 50 Our Fathers, 50 Hail Marys coming your way.
All right, but you don't do your Our Fathers and Hail Marys out front. You've got to get what you want first.
I have to get what I want first.
You've got to have a four-banger.
Yeah.
So for a triple, you're not even going to give her 25 of each?
Maybe I'll give God like 5 of each.
Right.
But yeah, that's not the bargain that I made. I made 50 and 50. And I actually have my own philosophy about this.
Good.
I think every time that possibly you say one of these prayers, someone from purgatory goes into heaven. And as a result, this is seriously the way I think, and that's why...
Fez doesn't have a purgatory, do you?
No, we don't have that either.
Purgatory is hell, but temporary. you're in hell, but not forever. You're in hell for 1,000 years.
I don't even really picture as hell. I picture more of like a waiting room in the dentist's office. You know, hell
That's
is you're
hell.
gonna fucking suffer. But this is just really, really boring.
Almost more like Earth.
Yeah.
you see purgatory as being Earth.
Right.
Yeah.
And really, really just dull. But, you know,
Right.
it's like 1,000 years of dull.
So you've gone off from normal catechism teaching, and you've added a book of the Bible here of your own, where if you say a Hail Mary or an Our Father, someone gets out of purgatory.
Right, like a Hail Mary and an Our Father
together, combo,
a combination,
combo or deluxe.
A deluxe gets them up to the pearly gates, and I
Yeah.
think like people from purgatory try and tell God, please, you know, let this kid get the home run so that I can go into heaven. So I think it's actually the people in purgatory who I really have to thank. No offense, big man, upstairs.
Right. Now, Eastside Dave, the book of Eastside Fuzzy wasn't accepted into the book of the Bibles. Now, I was watching something on the History Channel the other day called Banned from the Bible, and this is books that they attempted to become part of the Bible. The Book of Mary is a part of there, which is following Mary Magdalene around, and that's, I guess, something that this new movie is supposed to be about.
The Da Vinci Code.
Yeah, the Da Vinci Code, there's some people that think that Mary was a much bigger role than the Catholic Church ever gave her, where she was just, you know, I don't want to say a groupie, but she didn't get the full boat that the rest of the disciples got. This one was a book apparently written by her, didn't make the Bible. Another one that went around, and they discarded it because it was maybe like the year 1200 is when it was put together, but it was actually followed for a while by Christians, and this was basically Jesus as a kid, and it was a lot of children's stories about him. And the fact of the matter was, he wasn't totally, like with Superboy, he didn't know what to do with all his powers for a while. So at one point, a guy comes into his dad's shop, says something about, you know, the carpentry's not good, blah, blah, blah. Jesus blinds him. And then he has to learn, hey, you have these powers, but you don't go around blinding people with them. You know what I mean? You're here for good reasons. Another
That's awesome.
thing.
That's like the first comic book ever.
Yeah, it was kind of like a comic book.
The secret origin of
Yeah.
Jesus.
One of the things that happened also, and this may be still on, it's called Banned from the Bible is the name of it. One of the things that went down was Jesus and some kid were playing on a roof. The kid goes off the roof. Now, they don't say Jesus pushes him off the roof, but it was alluded, the people in the town came up, Jesus, how could you do this? How did you, they're like, I don't know, 8 or 9 or whatever. Jesus is like, I didn't do it. They're like, come on, you guys were on the roof together. I didn't do it. I swear to you, I didn't do it. Finally, he goes like this, look, I'll prove it. He touches the kid comes back to life. Jesus goes to him, did I push you off that roof? Tell them what happened. And the kid's got to be like, no, Jesus never pushed me off the roof. We were just playing and I slipped. So these were stories that apparently people liked, they kind of dug them, but let's say they couldn't be proved, and the church really wasn't a big fan of them.
I totally would have wanted to read this book of the Bible. You get, outside of the baby stuff with Jesus, in the Bible you get one kid story when he was 12.
What happened there?
And that was
Little League?
Basically.
Guess who has the bat cleanup? Jesus. Called his shot every time at bat. And the weird thing is you couldn't even pitch around him. You thought you were intentionally walking him now.
So Jesus and his family, and I think the whole community, go like to Jerusalem to hear the Pharisees and the priests speak and that sort of thing. And they're all coming back as a big group.
Right.
And Mary and Joseph don't realize Jesus isn't with them.
Right.
And he had stayed behind in the temple, and when they went back to find him, they found out he was there teaching the Pharisees and the church leaders things, and they're just staring there in awe at him. And Mary actually gets on his case, saying, didn't you know we'd be worried? Didn't you know we'd be looking for you?
Right.
And he said, didn't you know I'd be in my Father's house doing his work?
But then did she say to him, no, I don't want you blinding anybody or pushing anybody off of a roof? Because that would be... But see, here's the thing I just want to point out to you people, and it's you, Fez, and Earl, who belong to what I consider the watered down Christian religion.
Hell's Club.
Yeah, because you act like, oh, we don't follow the Catholic teachings, but you do follow the book that the Catholics put together, because they were like constantly taking stuff out of the Bible, adding new Bibles. You never fight that angle, because at one time in the Bible, there were people coming back to life. There was reincarnation, where you would live for a while and then pop out. And then they went, you know what? Now the fucking peasants aren't listening to us. Because they'll think, well, all right, this life's shot. I'm going to come back the next life, be a priest. So they would not try to, like, do the redemption now.
I remember when I was a kid in our church, the Lutheran church, we would even say, when we said the creed, we would say out loud, I believe in one holy Catholic church.
Oh, see, Catholics go, I believe in one holy Catholic and apostolic church.
Oh, yeah, we had that, too.
Oh, you had that.
Yeah, and then it went to Christian.
Yeah, what is that thing that everybody says together? I believe in one.
Nicene Creed?
Yeah, the Nicene Creed.
Or is it the punches for the...
Yeah.
There's two. There's the... Nicene
Apostles'
Creed.
Creed.
And the
Apostles' Creed. Yeah, Apostles' Creed. Which is a nice one, because then at least you get to talk for a little while in church.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you finally get to open up a little bit.
And the Apostles' Creed, you get to say hell.
The Apostles' Creed...
No, that's not big for us.
I was also an altar boy.
We always got to say hell. When you're a Catholic, you get to say hell constantly.
But as an
altar boy?
As an altar boy...
I'll bring in a picture of you, the little redheaded altar boy.
I got an alb and everything. And, so I've done so many masses. You know, I worked a lot of rooms as an altar boy.
And you got extra money for funerals, right?
Got $25 usually. And that's pretty good. I mean, that's like
nice
the
money for
late
kids.
80s. I mean, you know, you can buy a lot of G.I. Joes with that. But the Apostles' Creed is always where the mass starts to pick up. It's the Apostles' Creed, then you go into something else, Our Father, and then you go into shaking hands, and then Eucharist, and you're out. So it's like if you can just survive up to that Apostles' Creed, it's so boring until the Apostles' Creed.
Here's what I would hate. If you're at a mass and there's a lot of good Catholics and they all stand up to go get communion, you're like, we're going to be here for next. You know what I mean? And one time I was at a wedding, no one fucking got up. This was before they started making it easy again. Like, all right, you have to, because real Catholics will not be comfortable with that. Oh, you know, even though you didn't have everything done this week, you can still go up and get communion.
Yeah.
You know, you want a clean soul
right.
before you go walking up there.
Well, you're also not supposed to eat before you get communion. You're not supposed to eat 45 minutes prior to. But they never said that in the Bible. So I would usually sneak a waffle in or something.
No, not me. And it used to not even be the 45-minute rule. That's even fairly new. That used to be not at all that day.
That's the body of Christ. He's not supposed to be in there mixed with Eggos and Trick cereal.
I actually grew up, by the way, across the street from a church, St. Catherine's in Spring Lake, and I grew up across the street from priests and nuns for the whole life. Yeah. They were my neighbors, not like Ozzie and Harriet. They were my neighbors. So things that you would do to your neighbors, I actually did. And I one time nailed this priest from the second floor of my house with a water balloon. I hit his car, and he got out and called me a little asshole. And I thought that was just the best thing of all time.
Yeah, angry.
To get a priest to call you an asshole. It's the best.
Here's Pat. Pat, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Dave stepped on me a little bit. I like the shaking of the hands, but another thing I really liked was...
Peace be with you. Peace be with you. Peace be with you. Peace be with you.
Shush.
Peas and carrots. Peas and carrots. Peas and carrots.
I really like...
And I remember you would do it real hard to your brother and try to yank him down.
Yeah.
Stop it. Stop it, you two.
There would be some people that in the church that they wouldn't be able to do the peace be with you. They would, for some reason, wouldn't want to say that line, and they would just say good morning.
Yeah.
I still to this day, I just do peace. I think it sounds cooler. Peace. Boom.
Now do you go reaching over aisles for people?
Oh, yeah.
Me too. I try to make it very uncomfortable.
I pretend I'm John F. Kennedy every time. I'm a politician, shaking everybody.
I do. I try to keep that part going because you don't move on to the next part of the service till everyone's back in the pews.
So you just try to throw down a little bit?
Yeah.
So you even copy that from our religion?
Oh, yeah. It's just about everything.
Except for you take the Christ out and you put Luther Vandross.
Ronnie, I liked receiving communion and walking all the way to the end and just walking right out.
Yeah, you could give that. Well, for me, the best thing is like when you were old enough, like your father would no longer go, I'm going to drop you off at church. You could act like, oh, I'm going with my friends. And believe me, we used to call it... the Church of Dunkin' Donuts, whatever. You could be able to go out and get yourself something, or we would go into a laundromat because it was fucking warm in the winter, and you'd just be in there smoking with your friends. Fucking beats church, don't it? This is great. Give me another one of those Winstons.
You're sitting there watching the spin cycle go around. It's the greatest thing in the world on a Sunday for some reason.
I swear to God, you know that dry lint smell when it's like really linty? It reminds me of making out with this one girl when I was little, because we would always make out in there.
She must have been dry or fresh.
I don't know. I got some bare tit. I was fucking middle school bare tit.
Jeez.
Yeah, it was great.
That's impressive.
Yeah, I know. I almost rubbed off her fucking nipple. I was just rubbing constantly. I didn't even think of the next space. Just went right for nipple. It was just like constant. Till like she's like, look, I'm really got fucking sore nipples. And I'm going, then I'm done. I can't do this anymore. Here's Mike the teacher wants to teach us something about religion and stem cell. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, guys. Mike Teacher here.
Yeah.
Just want to let you know, I didn't see the special, but they are finding out really cool stuff about this stem cell research. That basically when you inject these cells into whatever organ that is damaged, it starts to heal itself. So instead of doing organ transplants, now we can start doing sort of cell transplants. So if Fez is bad heart, we can inject embryonic cells into his heart.
Or you get that even before you have the heart attack, right? Like maybe you just go in and get a little touch-up like in this day spa.
Fixes the damage before any real stuff is done.
I'd like some liver cells in 10 years.
Yeah, you're leaving rehab. Here, let me punch up the liver. Like you do your full 30, you get free fucking liver update.
Oh, forget it then. I was going to quit booze for Lent, but not anymore.
Mike, what is the problem
Here's the controversy, John. This administration is not allowing the research that needs to be done. Why? Because someone has told them that embryonic stem cells, which are basically 4 to 5 day old embryos, are living human beings, okay?
Right.
These things are stored all over the fertility clinics of the world. They're frozen, they're disposed of, they're killed all the time. But for this specific reason, scientific research, which we think could cure just about everything, they've decided they're living human beings, so they only allow research on existing stem cells, which are about 30 or 40 lines. There are thousands of cell lines, and because of it's like being able to study a dozen parts on a car to understand an entire car. The research isn't being done because some bullshit by the religious right, and I was born and raised Catholic, but this is pissing me off, will not let this research get done because they think that these 4 to 5 day frozen embryos are living human beings.
Yeah, well, so we got to get around that. We got to get around that, Kevin.
It's a tough call, like you said.
I'd rather have a new heart.
Stuff going on with the Bible. When Dave's at St. Catherine's in Spring Lake praying, if he brought this up, it would be heresy.
I know.
We got to let the research get done. I didn't see this thing, but with rats, even with humans already, we're injecting people's own cells into damaged livers, and we didn't expect it. All of a sudden, their blood tests on their livers coming back fantastic. It's the research for ALS, for Lou Gehrig's disease, spinal cord injuries, diabetes, cancer. This is huge. This is the next frontier, and this administration is fucking it up.
Well, I don't know if it's just them. I mean, I guess anybody who's...
But Bush's specific ban, I'm not sure if it's also the administration before. I don't lean left. I don't lean right. I just want this shit done. I want the research done so these diseases get cured.
All right, buddy.
All right, buddy.
We'll talk to you later.
Thanks, Mike the teacher.
Now, I had a question about it. Would it work the same way as an organ transplant where you could use relative stem cells or can you use your own? I'm not really sure how it works.
Again, they need to be experimenting on this stuff. Like the original guys, you might see some weird stuff. Like, is it going to last forever once it gets restored? You don't know all that stuff until you start to work on it a little bit. But you got to be able to experiment.
Yeah, of course. I mean, come on. Science is science. As long as we're not cloning people, that's the only thing.
Even then, I don't have a problem with that. All right, now.
Get a couple Scott Bayos?
Yes. What do you need? What are you worried about? I'm telling you, if you had fucking cancer, you'd be eating a baby yourself. You wouldn't fucking care.
Oh, I'm not saying I would have any conscience.
Get the stem cells.
As soon as they find a disease, I am going to do everything in my power.
What do you mean disease? Oh, you mean one in you?
Yes.
I thought you meant anyway.
As soon as they get something, if they say if you kill and eat a kangaroo, I'm done.
Hey, Justin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, that fucking douchebag that was just on the phone, Mike the teacher.
Yeah.
Hey, tell that guy I want to hear more tits and ass stories and less about his fucking political agenda. Way to turn a comedy show into a fucking platform for his views and idealistic.
Well, you know, right now we're talking about stem cell research.
Well, yeah, but I would rather hear more stories about you in the laundromat rubbing some nipples off.
Yeah, well, that's going to come up back and forth. But you know what? You know, it's like comedy, not fucking clown show. We're not here to fucking juggle for you anytime you want. Doesn't work out that way. Here's the professor. You're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, thanks, fellas. In regards to Earl's question about whether they have to be from relatives or not,
Yeah.
the beauty of the stem cells, they're called totipotent cells,
Yeah.
which means they're kind of basic cells that don't have any function at all. So they also don't really belong to anyone. So you can take embryonic stem cells from me and give them to Earl, from Earl give them to you. And Mike Peter was right. These cells actually have to be processed from a zygote that's no larger than 32 cells across. So, you know, every time you scratch your nose, you kill thousands of cells. So that's how small we're talking about here. So to even call them embryos is misleading. They're simply zygotes, 32 cells wide. So he's exactly right. And the douchebag who called before, F off, man. We're trying to cure diseases. Shut the fuck up.
All right,
but he's exactly right, man. We got to get this done. And he's, you know, Bush is actually worse than we thought. You know, he said there are 40 lines of stem cells. Most of them are contaminated. The fellows up at Wisconsin who discovered them, they say that, you know, most lines are contaminated. There may be 3 or 4 lines that we can really use at all.
Yeah.
So we really need to get this done.
I just hate getting passed up by any sort of country. Never mind the moral issue or anything. You know, there's other countries that are actually doing this work, and we're going to get passed up.
Passed up how? Like they're going to do it?
Yeah, they're going to pull this off, and then I'm going to have to go to Beijing.
That'll be a nice vacation, though.
You get away, get some fucking new eyesight, get your balls fucking rejuvenated.
You can eat again, for crying out loud.
I got the balls of a 4-year-old.
I can't understand how it fixes everything. That's what I don't understand. When we get rid of medicine, you don't need medicine. Have a stem cell.
These cells are so pliable. They're so universal. They can turn into anything whatsoever, into a coffee mug if they wanted to.
I'm ready to do this. I'm ready to do the research myself. Eastside Dave, I'm going to need some lab coats in here. I need Bunsen burners, tongues to pick up hot stuff. I need liquids, bubbling liquids.
Of different colors?
Yeah, I definitely need a green, a red, and a blue. Definitely.
Okay.
Have those ready to go at all times.
Green.
And if anything happens to me, don't give me any Earl stem cells.
No.
Just promise.
Give me some brains floating in gelatinous material. Okay?
All right. Let me just...
I want this all ready for tomorrow. And let me get to work on some of this stuff. I'm dying to do it.
It seems like the easiest thing ever. You just need the stem cells. Then next thing you know, you sit there, mold them like they're Play-Doh into a liver, and there they go for you. You're all set.
I wouldn't take anything from Earl either, by the way. I mean, no, that
was whispered under my breath.
It's nothing, you know, disrespectful, just WP.
Okay.
W what?
Nothing, Earl. It's just that everybody's not getting the stem cells. And then we'll see what happens in the NBA when I get my white-powered team of stem cell jumpers ready to go.
5 Nowitzkis.
That's what I'd like to point out to the president, that if he gets behind my work, we're going to take the NFL back. We are going to have the home run king again. We will get the NBA.
Who can't see the value in that, Mr. President?
You want to win these Winter Olympics? Follow me. I'll have the stem cell skiers. Things can start and happen. W.F. Clark, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
I'm okay, you know.
Big ass card, 3669.
Well, listen to this. Hoo-ah! And that's our way of giving you tribute.
Thank you. Listen, I work at one of these major hospitals here in New York City.
Okay, well, I got my own radio show, so.
And we had a baby that was born with no eyelids. So when they circumcised them, they took some of the stem cells from the leftover skin.
Right.
Implanted it into the baby's eyes.
This is an old joke.
And
he went off half-cocked.
Yeah, just a little cockeyed.
Yeah, it's a fucking stupid joke. That's a stupid, childish joke.
It is so old.
That is the best thing I heard in years.
Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, Ron?
Yeah, I'm upset.
Hey, Ronnie, you were exactly right. Stem cell research isn't being done because they would get rid of medicine.
That would kill all the pharmaceutical industry. So
First of all, they're probably thinking about having me killed for even coming up with the idea on the radio. You don't want to fuck with those guys. If I call you later and I say, it wasn't me, it was a one-armed man, believe me, because these medical people, if they find out you're fucking with their money, they'll kill your chick with a one-armed man behind it.
I'll come in here tomorrow and all your different colored beakers will be broken and smashed on the floor.
Don't let them break that. That's my work. My life's work.
You're safe, Mr. B. My dad used to work for Merck. I'll tell him to ask a couple people.
Then you're a Merck baby.
Yeah.
Explains a lot.
Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, my daughter's an insulin-dependent diabetic, and we've known about this shit for years, and they won't let the scientists go through with any more research because it's a cure for diabetes.
Yeah.
And there's too much money in insulin and testing supplies and all that.
Well, that's for sure.
For them to do anything about it. I mean, it's bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, here, I got a child that has to take shots 4 times a day. And I'm sorry, there's too much money in it.
Let's just say this. A little kid that has to take shot 4 times a day is heartbreaking. That's a heartbreaking thing.
That's awful. That's why someone, that says, stem cells and religious, you're helping this little girl. What could be more religious? What could be more spiritual than helping that little girl that has to take 4 shots a day?
Well, and that's more about money, what he's talking about, though. When you get
it's $900 a month to keep her alive,
Is she good for $900? I mean, she really have to be good.
She's a perfect child.
Okay, then keep paying. But I know some of these kids out there, I can't see coming up with $9 a month.
Mm-mm.
All right, thank you very much, Kevin.
Yep, thank you.
See ya. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, fellas, one thing before I make my comment. I was the guy that offered the right black hat, so I was wondering if I could get some tchotchkes from you guys because of that.
I'm going to tell you the truth. I hate that fucking saying. I hate it every morning.
Oh, man, all right, never mind.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Ed.
But I will give you tchotchkes.
Oh, you good?
You know why? You use the term tchotchkes, and I like that. I like that better than swag.
We need to have some tchotchkes that just say tchotchke on it. Official tchotchke.
I read an article in Life magazine about 10 years ago, and it constantly haunts me because it was about immortality and how within the next 100 to 200 years, they will have discovered a way of slowing down the aging process to the point where the average human being will be able to live at least 300 to 400 years. and then they explain the scenarios on that, suicide will be allowed and how you'll be married 3 or 4 times. And it was just a really neat magazine. But when you think about the course of mankind, that we just missed it by 100 or 200 years,
I'm glad. I can't imagine putting up with fucking 400 years.
Was this magazine published by Marvel? This wasn't a real magazine.
There was a scientist a couple weeks ago saying by the year 2050, the retirement age will be 85. Because people will be living such longer, more productive lives that you won't be able to even call it quits until 85.
Not redheads.
I'm going to say this. In the year 2525, if man is still alive, if woman can survive, that's what I'm talking about. Little Zagar and Evans. That is what's going to happen, Fez. In the future, people are going to live so long that they'll be bored to death. Here we go. Heavy.
If man is still alive,
let this fuck with your head a little bit.
If woman can survive, they may find.
I could have used a little more cowbell.
35, ain't gonna need to tell the truth, tell no lies. Everything you think, do, and say is in the pill you took today.
Pill.
In the year 45, ain't gonna need your teeth, won't need your eyes.
No teeth and eyes.
You won't find a thing to chew. Nobody's gonna look at you.
He doesn't even explain it.
55, your arms are hanging
It's good to know that there's still some mariachi horns in the year 2525.
That's never gone away.
I hope not. I don't want to live in a world without them.
In the year 65, 65, ain't gonna need no husband, won't need no wife. You pick your son, pick your daughter too.
How? We've got no eyes. This is the first sci-fi pop song. Sounds like the Dean Martin show.
In the year 75,
Oh my God. Who's that on the background vocals?
I guess Evans.
It's terrible.
This is the #1 song.
Yeah, for your generation, thank God. No, I don't know. What was it? I apologize for that. No, I don't know what I was talking about. I don't mean your generation. I mean,
you let the song play.
Sorry.
You fucking rambling, stuttering fuck.
In the year 95, I'm kind of wondering if man is gonna be alive. He's taken everything this old earth can give, and he ain't put back nothing. Whoa, whoa. Now it's been 10,000 years. Man has cried a billion tears for what he never knew. Now man's reign is through.
Hey, Matt, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys. Thanks
Hey,
for
buddy.
this morning. Hey, I wanted to say I just moved out to Arizona 4 years ago, and I'm all about anti-stem cell just so we can thin the herd out here, buddy.
Well, you know, again, I don't know if it's just for the elderly, but a lot of young people would like to just have a nice life. I mean, if you're a quad, you've got to want to fucking get out of that chair. And I'm not all for trying to live for hundreds of years. I think that's bizarre, too. Hey, Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Ronnie, what happened in the year 3535? It's not in the song.
3535 was skipped over because of a wormhole.
Oh, that's what happened.
Wormhole.
It was a bad year.
Hey, Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, man, Maha Boom Brothers.
Maha.
Listen, German tourists. Listen, I'm a pharmaceutical rep, and I just want to say that these guys calling in are full of shit. The bottom line is that the pharmaceutical industry is almost entirely foreign-owned, man.
Like our ports.
The big ones.
Right.
And we're not trying to save money by stem cells.
First of all, I've never known a pharmaceutical rep to work a whole day. They work 3 or 4 hours tops.
It's got to be the greatest job in the world because you get to wear a lab coat like you're a doctor or something.
No, I never saw that.
Oh, I've seen that when, like, I've been to the doctor and the pharmaceutical reps come in.
Yeah.
They wear something that almost looks doctorish.
Steve, do you wear a lab coat?
Last year I spent $14,000 on lunch last year for different people.
Right. You always take the doctors out. But do you wear a lab coat?
No, man.
Yeah, I never saw him wearing a lab coat, but they dress nice.
Like at McDonald's.
Yeah.
But bottom line is this guy on Mike, I think he's retard Eddie disguising his voice. He doesn't know what the hell he's talking about.
That's Mike the teacher.
You can't take a stem cell and turn it into a liver. It just can't be done. It hasn't been
No, he said not turn one into a liver, but you can repair liver with it.
Yeah, tell him to stay the source, man. It's just not accurate. And bottom line is George Bush is the first president to authorize anything to be done with stem cells. And he's not making...
So you're saying he's pro-stem cell?
Pardon me?
He's pro-stem cell.
No, he's the first person who said you can do anything. Clinton wouldn't allow anything to be done with stem cells, and he's the biggest left-winger there is. Bush allowed something restrictive. He's just not going to let us put our money into it. I don't want my money going towards that anyways. I don't want it going towards a lot of things.
Sure, you're working 2.5 hours a day. You don't mind spending $1 trillion on fucking Iraq, but you don't want to come up with a couple of bucks to get some of these people out of chairs. He's acting like Bush is sucking fetuses out of fucking pregnant women. He's not doing that.
And there's guys way more liberal than Clinton. I mean, come on, that's not a great thing.
You and your fucking Irish mob, of course
Fucking
you are.
Fucking A.
I watch with the language. I mean, it's satellite, but don't take advantage.
I'll
don't
stem
just
cell
yell it out
everybody.
for no reason.
I'll tell every son of a bitch who gets in my way.
Here's Chad. Chad, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, you know, they can actually harvest stem cells out of your own body. They use that to treat diseases like Crohn's disease and certain immune system diseases. They can just take them right out of your own body, stockpile them for a while, and then they give them back to you.
Why don't you do that, Fez, for your heart?
Yeah, just have him take a nice sack of cells.
Wait, let me try it. Something I can scrape with. I'm going to scrape some cells off your back, and I want you to eat it. Earl, watch him and let me know if there's any changes.
Absolutely.
I don't care for this experiment.
What's wrong?
I'm a human guinea pig.
And then I'm going to have you shocked. By the way, I know you don't know about this, Fez, and I know you like... let me see what your shoes look like. All right. You cannot wear those kind of shoes when there's rain or slush in New York City because there's been electric currents going through. Shocking dogs killed them, and a woman was killed.
Oh, like the manhole covers become electrified.
Right.
And these are the bad shoes?
Yeah. You need some kind of work boot. So, again...
I work all my life not to wear work boots. Now I gotta wear them so I don't get electrocuted.
Well, go ahead. Fucking go down the street in your bare feet. I don't care. But when that weak heart of yours is not going to be able to take a big fucking bolt.
You know, it's not a lot to ask to be able to walk through a city and not be electrocuted. I don't think that's asking a lot on the citizens' part to say, hey, could we have some manhole covers or grates that aren't booby-trapped?
Well, what do you want to do? You want to go back to torches? Is that what you're after? Like fucking Igor walking around here with torches all day?
I want to be able to walk and not get shot.
Oh, stem cells, my friend.
God, like landmines.
You need stem cells. Jay, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey.
Yeah. I can't even hear you. All right, hold on.
Your phone needs stem cells.
Yeah, your phone's shit. Try it again.
I have MS.
All right, well, I have my own radio show, so
yeah, that's great.
We each got something.
We have XM.
I spend about $50,000 a year on injectable medication, which could be cut substantially with real stem cell research because MS can be cured by it.
Let me just say this. When you walk through a storm, keep your head held high.
That's not going to make him feel better.
Don't be afraid of the dark. Walk on. Walk on. That's the end of it.
It only works if there's a $20 million check attached to it.
Well,
yeah.
I'll call 7-Eleven.
Long-term health care, what stem cell will do for that as well, and cut health costs in this country.
I know, bro. You're preaching to the choir now, my friend.
Yeah, I know I am, but I just...
your phone sucks.
I can imagine, like, if we're taking, stem cells in to fix things, they're going to taste like that, like that stuff you find on sushi, the big orange fish roe. I bet it's going to be like that.
We getting sushi around here? Fucking starving today.
I think stem cells would taste more like Fig Newtons.
Fez, can you eat sushi?
I'm supposed to have just the fish and not so much of the rice.
I'll eat your rice. That's what your problem is.
Then I'm picking apart rolls.
I don't care. Just tell them to separate the rice and put it on my plate.
And he'll have my sticky rice, thank you.
Earl, do you eat sushi?
No, not at all.
What if we deep fried it? Like a fucking catfish sushi. Would you like it then?
I had it about 8 months ago, and I really liked it, but I generally don't eat it.
Was that Al Sharpton's Casa de Sushi?
No. No. I had it, was at the Blue Water Grill down in Union Square.
Fucking starving. That's a great place, too. We're going to go down there and eat. Well, maybe they ought to bring us something. I'll give them a nice little mention. Hey, if you want sushi, Blue Water Grill. This is good.
Doesn't taste anything like stem cells.
Yeah. Here's Jeremy, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Barney.
Hey, buddy.
I think Fez has inadvertently proven that there are no stem cells in semen because he still had a heart attack.
You know, Fez, you might, since you can use your own, you might have to shoot a load up in your own gullet. I don't know if you're opposed to that. I don't know if that's too far for you or what.
Whatever it takes for science.
You're so sick, seriously. I know you're joking, but I don't like it, and it kind of gnarls me.
Another thing I think stem cells might be like are those little wax bottles with the juice in them that we got when they were kids, and you bite them off, and then all that colored juice comes out.
So what are you saying? It tastes like the wax or the juice?
Well, it's like that same sort of texture, all waxy and hard on the outside, then all juicy on the inside.
See, I think it's more like those little pieces of candy that used to be on the paper that you would have to scrape off with your top teeth.
Oh, those candy dots.
Yeah, like a dot.
To me, they would look like and even taste like rice pudding.
Why is your whole armpit hanging out of your shirt?
My shirt got ripped today.
What, today? Or
Yeah.
you wore that filthy thing before?
No, today.
What
My
are you
shirt
doing,
got ripped.
Pitless?
What is this, a Shanty Irish parade I didn't know about?
My other shirts were in the hamper.
Every day's like Gang of New York.
Well, my shirts are in the Hamptons. I sent them away for
It's a clean shirt. It's just ripped, for crying out loud.
Ripped how?
I was walking outside, and I got scared by a dog.
You're such a lie.
A dog bit you in the pit?
Earl, give him a nice Ron and Fez shirt. I don't want him walking around with his fucking armpit hanging out.
Like an animal.
Yeah.
I thought it's kind of punk rock, you know?
Yeah, well, this isn't a fucking punk show.
Yeah,
right?
you're
If the
probably
dead Kennedys come in, fucking feel free to put that shirt back on. But seriously, we got to do something here. It's driving me crazy. Hey, Bob. Bob, what's your job? You're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, what's up? 1027.
All right, well, listen. That's a salute from us back to you.
All right. Yeah, I was just thinking with all this talk about DNA, stem cells, and cloning, do you think somebody would attempt to do what they tried to do in that movie, Boys from Brazil?
I hope. Bring Hitler back a million times over.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a little army of little Hitlers. That's another thing you have, too, isn't it, Dave? You've got a Hitler fixation.
I love him. I mean,
no one has ever said that. Not even Ava Braun.
I realized what I
think
said.
she did.
No,
seriously,
never.
I think she's.
I don't mean. Oh boy,
I love you, Adolf.
I don't believe you.
I didn't mean to say that.
I was
everyone knows.
Not looking at Himmler. Yes, I admire him, but it's you that I love, Adolf.
Go to your desert fox. Who needs you?
No, that's over.
Away with you.
That's the past. You have Hitler sounding more nasal than I would have imagined.
I just picture it that way. With that little mustache, almost like a filter clogging up his nose.
How many Hitler books have you read?
A bunch of Hitlers, but I mean, like, really, I only own Mein Kampf, and it's not...
Why would you read that?
I don't...
What's in it for you?
No, I don't do it because I agree with his politics. I think it's important. It's important to study the history.
You're in love. You have a boy crush on Hitler.
So I do find him very fascinating, and I watch everything like that. The CBS miniseries.
So history is important to you.
Yes, very much.
All right, so name the American presidents all the way from Washington to now. Go.
Washington. Adams.
You don't know your own fucking.
Washington, Adams, Jefferson. 4 was, I believe, Madison. 5 was Quincy Adams, and then I'm lost till 16, which was Lincoln. And then from Lincoln, I pick it back up at Clinton, 42.
When you act like you care so much about history, why not study your own country before you're fucking leafing through Mein Kampf excitedly with a heart on?
I'm not a huge fan of reading per se, but I do love history. Like,
I know, but study a leader that did some good and didn't slaughter 6 million people. Read up on one of him.
6 million plus. I hate to tell you, Fez.
Right.
There were some Christians killed in that war, too. I know it doesn't matter to you people, but there were some fucking Christians killed as well.
I read that Benjamin Franklin book. It's pretty good. It was all right.
Here is Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy? Thank you. Shark. Little Hitler, little ones will survive. I will. Boy, I would have thought my producer would have done that, not the Radio Shark. I'd split over so he can run down and grab Fez's sandwich.
Okay.
Nothing's more important, and I tell you time and time again. Now, when this show goes off, I want this kid eating fucking dried turkey. I go to bat for you, Fezzy.
Thank you. I'd give up the dried turkey for Lent, but really nothing left after that.
Oh, yeah, I should check with Eastside. Earl, do you people give up anything for Lent? How about this year stealing? No stealing for Lent, 40 days.
I haven't stole.
Eastside, you got anything you're giving up for Lent?
Yeah, I'm going to stop batching. I am, seriously, because I batched at least 16 on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Batched 16 times because of all those porns.
Okay. You stole
Photoshop
some
Mike.
Those were to be left here. I was going to give them out. How many did you take home?
Oh, no, I'll bring them right back.
I don't want your fucking... No, those things do not come back here. I don't want your post-jack fucking
Wait a
stuff
second.
here.
I didn't jack on the porn.
No, just around them. Fucking freaks me out.
Okay.
What are you writing down the order now?
No, I was going to say Johnny Bronx. Yeah, he's out and doing the order right away.
But here's the deal. If you're giving that up, you got to give up West Side, too, for 40 days.
Oh, I can't do that.
Yeah, no outlets.
How about this? no oral, and no entry.
Can I give up at least
rub one on
entry and give me oral? Let me save oral?
No, because that doesn't help her.
How about reverse? Let me get entry and then no oral. And no batching. That's a lot for me because I'm a chronic. I spank 3 times a day. I even spanked 4 times to the midget board.
You're so fucking sick.
I swear to God.
Seriously, I'm so uncomfortable with you.
I spank to midgets.
Now, when you swear to God, you mean it, right?
Yes, I don't swear to God or Jesus without meaning it.
All right. Do you love Fezzy?
Yeah.
Swear to God.
Yeah, I'll swear to God on that.
Thanks.
No, I mean,
it's nice.
In a manly way.
All right, so...
I'd say about you, Mr. B.
Yeah, I don't want to... You and I don't... Earl's my guy. Now, you saying... But she's not at your house every day, right?
No. She comes up once or twice a week.
All right, so that's not so bad. So basically, over the... how many weeks is it? Like 40 days. So that's like, what, 5-6 weeks?
Yeah.
That'll only give him 12 dimes of relief. Because she lives way in Jersey, right?
Mm-hmm. She lives in Red Bank, New Jersey.
All right, what about this? She can't stay over anymore either. You can do it with her, but you guys got to do it outside in the backyard.
We don't. And there can't be any of that stuff, people who take Sundays off in Lent.
No, I don't go for that. No Sundays, St. Patrick's Day. We used to have that in my fucking family. Oh, yeah, it's an All Saints Day. You can fucking drink. Bullshit. You're either in or you out.
So what's the final line then?
Well, we got tomorrow to come up with this. Tomorrow's
Okay.
Fat Tuesday.
All right.
Your last day to batch.
She's coming up tomorrow,
Batch
too.
Tuesday.
So maybe I'll even get to convince her to finally give me anal.
Maybe that's the only way you can do it. You know what we ought to do, you fucking Spurlock lookalike? We ought to force you to eat nothing but McDonald's. Doesn't he look just like that guy?
Morgan Spurlock.
Someone said that to me the other day, too.
You look at him at the end of the movie. That's how you fucking look like him.
Oh, man, that's terrible. I got that, and over the weekend, someone said Nicolas Cage. Ooh,
Bullshit.
Come on.
I just watched Weatherman yesterday. You look nothing like him.
Ah.
Which, by the way, I didn't think it was as awful a movie as people said.
It really came and went.
Well, so is this guy.
Three times a day.
That's it for us. We'll be back here tomorrow. Earl, guarantee that the phones will work tomorrow?
I can't make that guarantee. I can't lie.
I need you to make it.
I'll make it.
All right, bro.
Guarantee.
I love
Guaranteed.
it. Swear to
the
God.
phones will be fixed. Swear to God. Or you got to only fuck outside like an animal. All right, guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow right after O&A.
See ya.
The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.